crown to the school's third national championship in men's basketball.
Now it's time to head courtside for Westwood One's exclusive coverage of the NCAA tournament.
We welcome you to the Capital One Arena in Washington, D.C. for exclusive Elite Eight coverage of the 2026 Men's Basketball Championship between the second-seeded UConn Huskies and the top-seeded Duke Blue Devils in the East Regional Final. Tonight's broadcast of the NCAA tournament on the Westwood One NCAA Radio Network is sponsored by AutoZone, by Cintas, by Downey Unstoppables, by Granger, by Intuit TurboTax, by Progressive Insurance, and by NCAA.com. Hi, everybody. Along with Tom Crean, Scott Graham, Jason Horowitz, and Nick Baugh join us later from the Westwood One Broadcast Center. Well, here we are with the final portion of the Indianapolis dance card about to be filled. Which team is going to join Arizona, Illinois, and Michigan? What we've got here is we've got 11 combined national championships in a history between these two teams that goes back more than a quarter of a century. And, Coach, all of that stuff, all of that backstory is not going to mean a thing once we get started on the floor.
No, and I thought John Shire, there was a lot of great comments yesterday, but John Shire had one that says you've got to continue to find the edge required to keep going. And that is exactly what the game is about, because the officiating will get kind of determined in the first few minutes. The physicality will get determined. The compete level is going to be high. But who wins these individual one-on-one confrontations, guarding the ball, playing inside of the post, the 50-50 balls when the shot goes up? It's the 1 and 2 seed. They absolutely belong here. It is going to be a fantastic battle.
Both of these teams played in tight games that were physical games, street fights, really, here on Friday. Cameron Boozer, of course, is going to be the focus of everybody, the likely player of the year in the NCAAs. And it's not just the focus on what he's doing offensively, but for this one, it's also going to be the focus on what he's doing defensively.
Oh, there's no question. He's averaging 21 and 11 inside of this tournament, but he will be challenged big time today defensively, especially matching up with Alex Karaban, because UConn offense is one that they're constantly running, they're moving, they're doing so many good things, and you have to be aware. There's screens, there's cuts, so many things happening in the game, and Cam Boozer will be a focal point because they will try to attack him from UConn.
You take a look at what UConn has done. They have survived and advanced. Dan Hurley says that the second weekend, it just, some of the pressure goes away, but there's going to be some of that today.
Oh, there's no doubt about that. Pressure never goes away, but they deal well with pressure. They live in it. When you're blue blood programs like this, and that blue blood term gets overused sometimes, but it's underused when it comes to UConn, and certainly Duke always belongs in that conversation. It's going to be a great one, Scott.
Up next, we will have the starting lineups and the opening tip for 1 versus 2, Duke and UConn from the Westwood One NCAA Radio Network. This is the men's basketball tournament.
Statistics show roughly 20 veterans die by suicide every single day. And every day, more than 1,000 dogs are euthanized.
After the Navy, I became a recluse. I felt like I was still in combat mode.
I felt lost and confused.
For 15 years, Canines for Warriors has been the nation's leading nonprofit organization, providing service dogs for veterans battling PTSD and other invisible wounds of war.
Thanks to my service dog, Lady Cameo, I got my life back.
I'm able to get out of bed in the morning.
Be excited, happy about today.
More than 1,200 veteran lives saved, more than 2,500 dogs rescued, families made whole again. Canines for Warriors is more than a service dog program. It's a promise that no veteran should ever walk alone. To learn more, visit caninesforwarriors.org. Canines for Warriors, saving veterans, rescuing dogs, restoring families.
My daughter is Marina. Marina has a rare form of children's eye cancer, retinoblastoma. Her doctor sent us to a specialist, and then the specialist sent us to St. Jude. Within the first couple weeks of us getting here, I was just so scared. I think the reality just hit me, and it kind of hit me all at once. I had started to cry, and her doctor came in, Dr. Brennan came in, and just didn't even say anything, sat down beside me, and hugged me and held me while I was literally sobbing. And she just said, "It's gonna be okay. You don't have to worry anymore. The treatment worked, and we've saved her eye." This place has been such a blessing for us. There's no way we could have paid for treatment back home if we had to. We can come here and we can just solely focus on taking care of her and helping her heal.
Finding cures, saving children. Learn more at stjude.org.
Back in our nation's capital where the lights have just dimmed, they're about to start talking about starting lineups here for the East Region Final, the final regional final that we have here in this 2026 NCAA tournament between Duke, the 1 seed, and UConn, the 2 seed. It was a year ago today that Duke punched their ticket to the Final Four with a 20-point win over Alabama in Newark, New Jersey. They lost in the national semifinals after blowing a 14-point lead last year, but trying to get back again. It's time now for the keys to the game, sponsored by Intuit TurboTax. Now taxes can be done by a trusted expert who takes care of everything. Now this is taxes. All right, Tom, let's start with Duke. How do they get back to the Final Four?
Well, they got to own the middle of the floor. They did that against St. John's the other night, especially when Caleb Foster was in the second half. 41 of the 65 points that Duke scored came through the middle of the floor, through the attack or through kickouts. From that is going to be huge. Let's go to Caleb Foster. Anything that you can get from him that mirrors close to what he did Friday night is a bonus, especially with the fact that he's had the recent surgery, has not practiced, but is such a willful warrior of this team. And then the last thing is you got to continue to get fouled. You're averaging 18 for 23 from the foul line inside of this tournament. And at the same time, you've only allowed 24 free throws in 3 games. Teams are averaging 5 for 8 inside of the set. Those are the keys for Duke.
We know about UConn, and although they weren't there last year, the previous 2 years, Dan Hurley's team ran the table with back-to-back national championships. How did they get to Indianapolis?
Well, they've got to be able to run their offense. The other night, early in the game, 10 field goals, 10 assists. For the game, they were 20 assists, 24 field goals. They can get it off the dribble, but when they can make passes and play with that kind of ball movement, man movement, they are really, really good. They've got to get to the foul line. They're only giving up 9% of the points an opponent gets against them from the foul line. But there's no way they can win this game if they only get 8 free throw attempts inside of this game. So they're going to have to force the whistle inside the paint. And then what you have to do, you have got to continually attack Cam Boozer. Whether he's got the ball, whether he's chasing you when you're on offense, never, ever let Cam Boozer get comfortable in this game.
Before we get started, let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. This is the Westwood One NCAA Radio Network, your home for the national championships. Here in Washington, D.C., let's check the starting lineup, sponsored by Cintas. Workdays are better when you partner with Cintas. Keep your team protected, prepared, and looking great. Visit Cintas.com and get ready for the workday. The UConn Huskies out of the Big East are 32-5 this year. Their lineup looks this way: a 3-guard rotation. Solo Ball, junior out of Leesburg, Virginia, averaging 13 points and 3 boards. He is joined in the backcourt by Silas Demery Jr. The Georgia transfer is a junior out of Raleigh, North Carolina, averaging 10.5 points and better than 6 assists, and is playing on an injured ankle. Braylon Mullins rounds out the backcourt, a freshman out of Greenfield, Indiana, averaging 12 points and 3.5 boards. Up front, you've got Alex Caravan, the winningest player in UConn history. He has won 16 games in the NCAA tournament in his career. The senior from Southborough, Massachusetts, averages better than 13 points per game. And Terrace Reed Jr., the big man in the middle, 14.5 points, 8.8 rebounds for the senior out of St. Louis, Missouri, coming off a 20.5 rebound effort against Michigan State here on Friday night. The head coach is Dan Hurley, second best tournament winning percentage of any coach ever, behind John Wooden in the NCAA tournament with a minimum of 20 games. On the other side, the Duke Blue Devils out of the ACC, the 1 seed in the East, 35-2 this year. Their lineup looks this way. Also a 3-guard rotation. Caden Boozer, freshman out of Miami, averaging 7.5 points and 3 assists per game. Dame Sarr out of Aderzo, Italy, the freshman, 6'8", 190, and a defensive specialist at 6'3", and 3.6 points and rebounds per game. And Isaiah Evans, who filled it up for 25 points here on Friday night, sophomore from Fayetteville, North Carolina, averaging 15 per game. Up front, another defensive specialist, Malik Brown. Forward is a senior out of Culpeper, Virginia, averaging 5 points and 5 boards. And, of course, the Sporting News National Player of the Year, Cam Boozer. 6'9", 250 out of Miami, averaging better than 22 points and 10 rebounds on the season. The head coach is the first Division I coach to ever have 35 wins in back-to-back years. John Shire, who won a championship as a Duke player, won 124 games in his head coaching career. Time now for the opening tip, sponsored by AutoZone. What makes AutoZone America's #1 battery destination? They offer free battery testing and charging and reliable replacement batteries. And they've always got your battery solution. Get in the zone, AutoZone. Duke is in the home white with the blue trim, numbers and lettering. UConn in the navy blue with the white letters, white numerals, and red trim. We are set to go now here in D.C. for the final spot in the Final Four. And, well, we got a misfire on the jump ball. They're going to do it again. Malik Brown jumping it with Terrace Reed Jr. Roger Ayers tossing the ball. And UConn controls, moving from our right to our left. Ayers joined on the officiating crew by Tony Chiazza and Michael Reed. Duke comes out in man defense. We expect to see some zone before too long. Here's Demery on the outside. Get it up in the top four. Ball, who feeds the inside. Reed, drop step. Ball knocked away, and it's going to be a foul call right out of the chute. 21 seconds in. Malik Brown has those wonderful hands, but he got a little bit of the body of Terrace Reed for his first foul.
Well, he did. He let him catch it a little too easy, and the game plan is to be on top of Terrace Reed. After the screens like we saw where Terrace Reed screened and they came up to the top, just got caught late and got caught reaching.
Reed hits on the first free throw. During the course of the season, he was a 62% shooter, but right now just 15 or 16, I should say, out of 31 in the tournament. Hit him down the stretch the other night against Michigan State, and he hit the second. A 2-0 lead for UConn here in the opening seconds in D.C.
Yeah, he's now 17 of 22, Terrace Reed Jr. is from the foul line inside the NCAA tournament.
Working it around the outside. Here's Sarr, gets it down inside for Boozer. His shot's blocked away by Reed, and the ball picked out of the air by Demery for UConn. Drops it across half court. Demery moving a little bit better than he did the other night on that ankle. Here's Mullins. Just inside half court. Crossover with the dribble. Take it left side for Demery. Now up top. Wide open is ball for three. Rounded out. No good. And the rebound down to Malik Brown for Duke. Blue Devils take it across half court. Isaiah Evans driving. Ball poked away by Mullins. It went over the end line. And it last touched Mullins. So Duke will inbound with a fresh 20 put back on the clock.
Well, right now it's important. Duke, the other night against St. John's, had to realize how strong they have to be with the ball. They're learning it right now early in this game.
Both of these teams really try for deflections defensively and try to get in your way and slow your progress. Sarr driving, shot is good. He went down the right side of the lane, and Dame Sarr gets Duke on the board. It's a 2-2 ball game.
Amazing how easy Dame Sarr got to the basket on that to score with his right hand on the right side.
Here is Demery around the screen. Now Caravan cuts down into the lane, but the pass is deflected away. Duke's got a steal. Bringing it down the floor. Boozer driving. Layup is good off the feed from Sarr. Defense turns to offense. Duke leads it 4-2. Duke loves to get deflections. They get 16 or more per game, and that one resulted in a steal. Here's Caravan for three. That shot missed badly, and Caden Boozer down with the rebound for Duke. Blue Devils bring it across. 2 minutes in here in D.C. Caden feeds his brother Cam. Here comes a double team. Cam Boozer in some trouble. Goes cross court into the hands of Sarr. Driving down to the block. Now comes near side. Boozer a three. Back iron no good. Caden Boozer got the rebound. Back to the top for Evans. His three-pointer is good. Isaiah Evans buries it from the top of a circle. And we got a 7-2 lead for the Duke Blue Devils.
Great guard rebound by Caden Boozer to get that and kick it out to Isaiah Evans for the three.
UConn trying to navigate what Duke is throwing at them defensively and break this 7-0 Duke run. Here's Reed backing his way inside. That's how you do it. The big man with a little baby hook shot. He's got all four for UConn in a 7-4 game.
Great back down. Malik Brown was physical in the post. The inside players that realize you can face up and draw contact will have an advantage in this game.
Caden Boozer driving, great defensive play by Mullins, but late whistle, and he's going to get called for a foul. That's going to put Caden Boozer at the free throw line.
And there's Caden Boozer on the break, which Duke did such a good job of the other night against St. John's, was attacking the middle of the floor in transition or press offense. Caden Boozer got square into the middle to get the foul going on the right side.
Caden Boozer jumped into the starting lineup in the win over Georgia Tech back on December 31st. Put up 13 points in that game. Put up a career-high 19 in the NCAA tournament debut against Siena. Hits on the first. An 80% free throw shooter for the year. Patrick Gungba checks into the game. That sends Malik Brown to the bench for Duke. One more try coming for Caden Boozer, trying to make this a 9-4 ball game. 3 minutes in, and it's good.
Probably a good move getting Malik Brown out quickly because it is a very physical post-up right now. You've got to keep rotating bigs on Terrace Reed Jr. for Duke.
And Gumga's got a little bit more size at 250 pounds. Working it around the outside. UConn gets it to Caravan. Back out to Demery. He fires a three. It's no good. Reed going in for the rebound, and he is fouled on the play, and that's going to be on Gungba. So here's your problem if you're Duke. You're 3 minutes and 15 seconds in, and both your inside men have already picked up a foul.
Well, that was an aggressive play. What I want to really watch and keep an eye on is how Cam Boozer deals with all the screening guarding Alex Caravan. He got hung up in that pick, allowed Caravan to make an easy kick to Demery.
He's going to be chasing him if he stays with him all night. Here's Ball. And his jumper from the left side of the circle is good.
Nice curl from Solo Ball. UConn is as good as anybody in the country using the curl actions to score.
9-6, Duke on top, 3.5 minutes in. Cam Boozer up on top, comes back near side for Sard. You got to whistle away from the ball. Caravan is going to be called for a hold. That is a rough defensive assignment for him at just 230 pounds, trying to keep Patrick Gungba from posting up.
It is, and we're already calling the game time. I'm not liking that call from Michael Reed. I mean, you're going to be able to call that every possession if you want. There's going to be physicality as they get into the post-up.
You know, I think Dan Hurley might be making that point to Michael Reed right now.
I hope he is, because we got to get consistent with this. This crew's too good to be calling stuff like that this early in the game.
It's a very long discussion going on between an official and a head coach as we await the inbound. Here it comes, and it's Gungba. High-low passing. Boozer caught it. Up with it. Blocked. Ball knocked nearly over the end line, but Boozer saves. Shot from the corner is good. Dame Sarr from the far side buries a three off the save from Cam Boozer.
What a quick release from Dame Sarr, knocking down that left corner three.
12-6, Duke on top, almost 4 minutes in. Here's Caravan, chased by Boozer. Now get it to Demery, drop it down low. Reed is there, up and under. He missed on the shot. He thought he got fouled, no whistle.
He did get fouled based on Michael Reed's call the last possession.
Now another high-low pass. Boozer makes the catch. This layup is good, and Duke seems to have found something. They lead it 14-6.
Great over-the-top pass again at the top of the key. Cam Boozer had him sealed. They threw it over the top of the outstretched hand of the defense. Cam Boozer, pump fake layup.
Here's Silas Demery on a pick and roll. Reed dives down the lane, missed a layup. Got his own rebound. The putback is up. That is good. Hit it with the left hand after missing on the first. And Terrace Reed Jr.'s got 6. It's a 14-8 game. Duke running their offensive sets. They get it to Cam Boozer, left of the lane. Caravan with him. Boozer finds his brother in the lane, and a little teardrop is good for Caden Boozer.
Not nearly enough pressure by UConn right now on the passing of Duke. It's just too easy, and that's leading to open shots.
Duke 6 of 9 from the floor to open the ball game. They've got an 8-point lead. Under 15 to go first half. Caravan getting it to Reed, who's got to touch every time. Pushing his way inside. Drop step, nothing there. Went right over the top of Gungba and scored again.
Well, it's one-on-one right now. Duke is content to allow that to happen. But again, Cam Boozer got hung up in another screen from Terrace Reed Jr. on Caravan, which creates a problem.
16-10 to score, and we are going to get a foul call. It's going to be on Solo Ball, and that is going to bring us to a timeout on the court. Sponsored by Progressive Insurance. Protect your home and auto. Save when you bundle. Get a quote at Progressive.com. Duke 16, UConn 10, 14:29 to go first half of play. From the Westwood One NCAA Radio Network, this is the men's basketball tournament.
When I grow up, what should I be? A chef? A sprinkle of this, a dash of that? I'd probably eat more than I'd cook. I could be a ballet dancer. I'm not exactly graceful. I've got 2 left feet. Literally. Or what about an astronaut? Wow. Tempting, but a little far from home. Maybe I'm meant to help in a different way. Or maybe I'm destined to give someone hope.
At Dogs Inc., our puppies grow up to change lives as guide dogs, service dogs, and skilled companion dogs, trained with love, provided at no cost, and made possible through hope.
Now that's a perfect fit.
Learn more at dogsinc.org.
This is St. Jude patient Reagan. She's 3.
Ooh, I like sparkly.
This is Jeritza. She's 5.
Na.
And this is Delta. She's 4.
Can you see me now?
They all received treatment for cancer at St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. Now they can spend their days playing with dolls, making art, and dressing up.
I look beautiful in it.
Instead of thinking about cancer. Thanks to supporters like you, the team at St. Jude has helped push the overall childhood cancer survival rate in the U.S. from 20% to more than 80%. And we won't stop. This is what childhood should be like. Let's help more kids just be kids. Learn more at stjude.org. Finding cures, saving children.
Scott Graham, Tom Crean here at our Granger courtside seats in Washington, D.C. Winning teams know the value of a good sixth man. Count on Granger to give your business a boost on the bench. Call or click Granger.com for over 1 million industrial-grade products. 16-10, Duke on top here, 14:29 to go first half. Coach, we saw and talked about Danny Hurley's huddle with one of the officials. John Shire doing the same going to that timeout. How much of what a coach and an official are talking about right now is laying the groundwork for how the rest of this game is going to be called?
Well, it's a ton, but there's no question about that. You think you are, but the other 2 officials are involved as well. And the key is that all 3 of them get on the same page quickly about what a foul is and what a foul isn't. And we're not talking about the obvious fouls. We're talking about the foul on Caravan. That was just hand-to-hand combat to get, and there's going to be hand-to-hand combat on every possession inside of this game. So that's really important, and you just don't want to see the other coach get an edge in this.
Duke inbounds, working at the basket on our right. Boozer wide open, got a 3 from the top, and he got it. Cam Boozer could shoot that shot. He's almost 40% from three-point range. He's got 7, and the lead is now 9 for Duke.
Yeah, really important. He was 1 of 7 from 3 in this tournament before that open shot.
Malachi Smith checks in at the timeout, as does Jaden Ross for UConn. Smith runs the point. Get it to Mullins. Mullins down to the right side, right baseline. Floater is good with one hand for the freshman Braylon Mullins.
He is so quick off his feet, especially he lifts that left foot. Braylon Mullins is such a high-level scorer.
Duke 19, UConn 12. 13:45 to go till halftime. Here's Boozer driving into the lane, kicking back to his brother, Caden Boozer. Holding right side, foul line extended now. Up to the top for Gungba. He wants a three-pointer. That shot is no good. Fight for the rebound. Cam Boozer's got it. His shot blocked by Caravan, and they're going to call held ball. Possession arrow belongs to Duke. They'll have 18 seconds left to shoot.
And if this is the way the game is going to be played, they switched. They had Mullins on Boozer. They had Caravan on Boozer. Boozer goes up, gets a jump ball. There was at least 5 fouls on that play for Cam Boozer. At least.
He drives down on Caravan, spinning, throws through, and now near side. Caden Boozer, three-pointer is good. Caden Boozer nails it. He's got 7 early points, and Duke with their largest lead, up 10.
Doing a great job, Duke is of finding the open man, playing through the contact, finding the open man for open shots.
Caravan takes a handoff up top. Come back near side. It's Ross. Triangle pass down now on the left block. Is a double coming for Reed? It's not. He's up. He's under, and he's got a lay-in going around Gungba. They can't stop him so far, one-on-one on the inside. Reed's got 10.
No, Terrace Reed Jr. is so good with his footwork, so good with his pivots, and making counter moves based on how he's being guarded.
Boozer to Boozer passing on the outside, and now inside. Cam Boozer throws through near side. Saw an open three, and that shot is no good. It hit the rim and crawled up over the top of the backboard. And UConn will take it back. Later on, we'll select the smart coaching move of the day, sponsored by O'Reilly Auto Parts. Think O'Reilly Auto Parts for all your car care needs. Get the parts and service you need fast from the professional parts people at O'Reilly Auto Parts. Caden Boozer is going to take a seat. He's got 7 points early in this game. So does his brother. Nicholas Amenya checks in for Duke. 6'8" freshman out of Los Angeles.
And we got our first Caleb Foster sighting. And I'll say, if Duke keeps winning in this tournament, there'll be documentaries done about the Caleb Foster comeback in the NCAA tournament of 26.
He played 19 minutes the other night. On the inside, Reed, unstoppable on a feed from Jalen Stewart. That's 12 first-half points for Terrace Reed Jr.
There was no talk, no bump on that cross screen, which is exactly one thing that Duke worked hard on in Saturday's practice.
22-16, Duke by 6. 12:03 to go first half. Sarr driving right baseline, and he dribbled it off his foot. Lost it out of bounds, and the ball is going to go back to UConn when we come back. It's got the feel of a heavyweight fight with each side trying to feel the other out. Duke is led by as many as 10, but right now, 12 minutes to go first half. It's Duke 22, UConn 16. You're listening to the men's basketball tournament on the Westwood One NCAA Radio Network.
Spring brings brighter days and more time to show off your Kohl styles. School drop-off, a chance for your outfit to shine in the morning rays. The sun filtering through your windows, practically a personal spotlight. And family walks, all perfectly timed for golden hour. Shop Kohl's for 15% off and make the most of more daylight. Your outfits deserve it. Select styles. Offer ends April 4th. Some exclusions apply. See store or kohls.com for details.
Great Hire can change everything. Productivity, efficiency, and the way your whole business runs. But finding that person shouldn't feel impossible. When you're in need of hiring help fast, this is a job for Sponsored Jobs. Indeed, Sponsored Jobs helps you reach candidates with the exact skills, experience, and know-how your business actually needs. And you'll only pay for results. Sponsor your job, get matched with the right people, and hire with confidence. Don't leave hiring to chance. Visit Indeed.com/credit.
Liberty Mutual customizes your car and home insurance. And now we're customizing this rush hour ad to keep you calm, which could help your driving. And science says therapy is great for a healthy mindset. So enjoy this 14-second session on us. I think you've done everything right and absolutely nothing wrong. In fact, anything that hasn't gone your way could probably be blamed on your father not being emotionally available because his father wasn't emotionally available, and so on. And now that you're calm and healing, you're probably driving better too.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
Jason Horwitz, Nick Bob, back with you here in our Westwood One studios. 22-16, Duke out in front of UConn. The entire offense for the Huskies, Nick, Terrace Reed Jr., 12 of their 16 points here going on.
Yeah, I thought Malik Brown and Patrick Gumbo would be better suited to deal with him one-on-one in the post, but UConn is running great action to free him up for deep post position, and he is on a roll right now. But if you're Duke, you are hitting all cylinders offensively. You got to feel good on that end of the floor. We'll see if either team can find any sort of defensive rhythm here in the next 12 minutes.
Taking care of the basketball. Both teams just one turnover. Don't forget, hey, the women's tournament going on as we speak. The Duke women were trying to get to their first Final Four in 20 years at a halftime lead over number 1 seed UCLA. Weren't able to hold it. They fall 70-58. That game has gone final. As we check in back in D.C., sponsored by Five Guys. Nervous about your tournament picks? Don't sweat it. Five Guys has consolation fries no matter the outcome. Hand cut, perfectly salted. They'll make you a winner again. Back to Scott Graham and Tom Crean in D.C.
Thanks, Jason, here in D.C. 22-16, Duke on top with an even 12 minutes to go in the half. And so far, for UConn, as they try to come back from a deficit it was as many as 10 points, it's Terrace Reed Jr. That's not a surprise. He's the third player with 20 or more points and 15 or more rebounds entering the Elite Eight. On the average, the other two, Zach Edey and Elvin Hayes. How is it that he is getting so open on the inside, Tom?
Well, Duke wants to get on top of his post-ups after screens, but they're doing so many things right now off the block, and he's so strong and he's able to seal quick.
Mullins for three as we come back. Tip rebound as he misses the shot, goes over the end line, and Duke gets it back.
Well, he's got 12 points. 2 came from the foul line, but 10 of the 16 points for UConn have been in the paint. And right now it's too easy for him to catch it. You don't want to foul. You want to play with verticality. But the ball pressure was the biggest thing that John Shire was stressing in Saturday's practice. Great post defense starts with great ball pressure. And we're not getting that right now, or Duke is not getting that yet.
Duke inbounds, a little bit of token backcourt pressure from UConn. And now Caleb Foster, the miracle man, comes across half court. 25 days after fracturing his foot, was on the floor here Friday night, played 19 minutes, scored 11 points, and changed the game. He's got the ball in the high post, playing catch with Isaiah Evans. Evans now dribbles down right baseline, stops, jumper is good. Line drive shot over the top of Terrace Reed Jr. Makes it 24-16 Duke.
Yeah, that was a bad switch. Isaiah Evans took advantage of it. The Malachi Smith-Caleb Foster matchup will be interesting. Malachi Smith is just a pit bull defensively.
UConn passing around the perimeter. Jalen Stewart gets it to Mullins, three-pointer, no good. Now 0 for 5 from three-point range for UConn, while Duke has hit 4 of them. It's a big part of the difference in this game, which is 8 points. Duke coming down the other way, and there's going to be a foul call on the drive. Jalen Stewart called for hanging on to Nicholas Amenya. That'll be his first. Be a VIP at the men's Final Four in Indianapolis with the NCAA experience, official ticket, and hospitality packages. Hospitality includes live entertainment, upscale food stations and beverages, appearances by NCAA legends, and much more. Visit ncaa.com/VIP. Inbound off the foul, which is the 14th foul for UConn, and a three-pointer quickly up and no good for Evans. Rebound comes down into the hands of Foster. He lost the handle on it, but it went over the end line, last touching UConn. So Duke will keep the basketball.
UConn's doing a better job of challenging shots, but they're not the guard rebounds. The activity of Duke right now on the offensive glass is big.
Eric Ryba in the ball game in the middle now for UConn. Here's Boozer with a double team coming. Finds Foster, and now back to the top for Evans. Driving again, dishing again, and now a pass to the perimeter. Goes right through the hands of Nicholas Amenya for the second Duke turnover as it trickles out of bounds.
Malik Brown should have shot the ball. He had the ball on the left side. He shoveled past to Amenya, and he really wasn't ready for it, but it's not Amenya's fault. That's when Malik Brown has just got to go up through the contact, get the layup or dunk, and let the chips fall where they may, because they're in position to rebound if he misses.
Duke's got a 7 rebound advantage. They have a 4 3-point shot advantage, and they've got an 8-point overall advantage. 24-16, 10:26 to go till halftime. UConn gets it to Caravan, back to Malachi Smith. Driving into the lane, running shot up, no good. And good position for the rebound for Malik Brown for the Blue Devils. Here comes Duke into the forecourt now. And a looping pass inside. Cam Boozer catches, turns, and hits.
Yeah, no physicality from Jalen Stewart on the post-up. Cam Boozer going where he goes on the break, which is into the lane. Not the block, but the lane.
Lead is back to 10 now, matching the largest of the first half for Duke. Smith looking for a cutter. Caravan wants a 3. That shot is short. Stewart, a big one-handed rebound for UConn. Now Smith for 3, and he drains it. Malachi Smith hits 47% from beyond the arc. The first made 3 of the game for UConn. Gets them back to within 7. Now Cam Boozer picked up by Jalen Stewart. They switch. Caravan's got him now. Boozer lost the basketball, and he lost it over the end line for a turnover.
Yeah, they're just letting these guys go. That's a foul. And both ends are getting fouled on drives into the paint. There's no question that after the Alex Caravan foul in the post, the whistle has changed. And right now you're going to have to be incredibly strong with the ball. Use your fakes, get into people's bodies, because you're not getting anything close in this game.
Demery back in the ball game now for UConn. He's got the ball in his hands. Working with the left-hand dribble. Get it to Ryba, give and go, and Demery an easy 2 on a pretty pass from the 7-footer.
Yeah, now Duke is the one with no ball pressure. There was no communication on the screen, no bump of the screen. Easy layup on the pass over the top.
UConn fans making noise. They're back within 5, 26-21. Cam Boozer throws outside, and now they get it back to the corner on the left side. 3-pointer no good for Darren Harris, and a rebound for UConn. Here come the Huskies. Demery lost the basketball. He dribbled it off his foot. Duke slides it ahead, and the layup is good for Hamenya. An unforced error stops UConn's momentum.
Too much dribbling from Silas Demery Jr. there, Scott. I mean, just too much. Pound the ball, get it advanced. Don't over-dribble in this game. You'll lose it.
Demery's got it once again along the outside. 8:20 to go here in the first half. Left-hand dribble finds the cutter, Caravan. A Caravan shot is an air ball. He is 0 for 3 from the floor, and he missed everything with that one.
Well, he's open. I mean, UConn is doing a phenomenal job of screening, and Duke is running into the screens because they're coming up through the chest rather than getting on the outside hip. And what I mean by that is you want to avoid the pick, be on the outside of the offensive player's hip and trail it. And right now, Duke is running into too many screens head on.
But the open shots are not resulting in points for UConn. They're 1 for 8 from three-point range. Duke by 7. 8:07 to go first half. On the left side, they get it into Gongba. Gongba inside, shot is good. Right around Caravan. Great strength from a sophomore, his first 2.
Every post play right now is an absolute one-on-one confrontation, Scott. Unbelievable how aggressive and physical it is inside.
And they're letting them play. There's Demery into the lane, in some trouble, gets it back to Ball. Step back three-pointer, no good. Stewart got another offensive rebound for UConn. They feed the post. Reed back in the game. His shot blocked away. Boozer stepped up from the weak side and rejected it. Now Caden Boozer driving, and he gets hit hard down the lane as his shot is blocked. He's going to go to the free throw line when we come back. The upper hand belongs to the number 1 seed here in D.C. Trip to the Final Four on the line. We've got a timeout on the floor. 7:29 left to play first half. It's Duke 30, UConn 21. You're listening to the men's basketball tournament on the Westwood One NCAA Radio Network.
One of life's greatest mysteries has finally been solved.
Let the dogs out!
It's Spruce, the weed and grass killer that's safe for use around people, pets, and bees when used as directed. Spray the leaves for visible results in just 1 hour and dead weeds in just 1 day. You spray, they play. Spruce, pet friendly, weed deadly. Find wherever weed killers are sold.
Hi, this is Sarah at the Department of Rejected Dreams. If you had a dream rejected, IKEA can make it possible.
I've been dreaming of hosting a big dinner party, but I don't have enough plates.
Oh, that's easy.
Or bowls or cups or chairs.
So you need more everything. Well, IKEA has all your dining needs from dinnerware and utensils to full dining sets.
Wow, everything but the kitchen sink.
Actually, we have those too. Get everything your dream kitchen needs at a price you didn't dream possible. In-store or online at ikea.us/dreamkitchen. Dream the possibilities.
Sleep Financial Group is not a law firm.
Ask yourself this question. Is it really worth holding on to that timeshare that you know you need to get rid of? Here's the truth. The average maintenance fee just went up over 17%. That could have been 117%, and there's nothing you can do about it. When you buy a timeshare, you give them a blank check for annual maintenance and assessment fees. I'm Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group. For 15 years, I've helped over 50,000 families cancel their timeshare. Not sell it, not transfer it, cancel it. Did you buy a timeshare because they told you it was a great investment and your maintenance fees would never go up? That's a lie. Are you ready to get rid of your timeshare once and for all? Simply call us and I'll send you our timeshare exit kit that explains all your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley now for your timeshare exit kit. 800-822-1365. 800-822-1365. 800-822-1365.
You can stream every Westwood One basketball game for free, sponsored by LinkedIn Ads. Reach your buyers with LinkedIn Ads. Spend $250, get a $250 credit for your next campaign. Visit linkedin.com/college basketball. Terms apply. For a live stream, go to westwoodonesports.com or download the Westwood One Sports app today. We've got 7:29 to go first half. The winner of this one goes to the Final Four. It's the 1 seed in the East leading the 2 seed, Duke over UConn, 30-21. And right now, if you are a member of the UConn Huskies and your name is not Taris Reed Jr., well, you're part of a 4 for 13 from the floor. Caravan, Mullins, and Ball are a combined 2 for 9.
Well, you've got to keep going into Taris Reed Jr. I mean, that's what the game is giving you right now. because Duke is 2 fouls away from being in the bonus. And one of the great Duke isms through all these years is anytime they got to 5-team fouls, how quick they could get to 7. Mike Krzyzewski was as good as anybody that's ever done it, and John Shire has learned very well inside of that, getting to the bonus, or once it got to 8, getting to the double bonus. So this is a very vulnerable time for the UConn defense with Duke being in this situation offensively, or being with it this close to the foul line.
Spent some time around John Shire this week, the 38-year-old. What an impressive young man. What a humble young man for the spot that he is sitting in. And he has done an absolutely masterful job as Caden Boozer goes to the free throw line now. An opportunity to shoot 2. First one is good.
Now, John Shire, he's at 124 wins in 4 years, 24 losses, age of 38. I've known him since he was 14 when we offered him a scholarship at Marquette, and to watch not only what he did as a player and an assistant coach, but to see this absolute pulse and command of his job that he has at Duke is just so impressive to watch.
Caden Boozer hits on the second free throw. He's 4 for 4 from the line. The Duke lead is up to 11, their biggest. UConn trying to figure out some offense now. Reed throwing a pass. It's knocked away by Gungba. Another deflection and a steal. Here comes Sarr, dishing for Cam Boozer. And now back to the top to his brother. Caden Boozer beats Cam. Down on the left block. Working on Caravan. Throws through far side. Kind of a crazy pass. His possession saved, however, by Jimenez. He drives in from the left side. Blocked from behind. 9 left on the shot clock. Duke will keep it. But that was a little bit of a fire drill going on in that offensive possession for Duke.
Well, it was. It started with Cam Boozer on the right block. And as UConn pointed out yesterday, every time he catches it at that block, he's looking opposite to skip it. And UConn's got to do a better job of anticipating that skip.
Well, they almost stole it on that skip pass. And then they blocked the shot. 8 left to shoot. Gamba holds on top. Now Jimenez, left side. Dump it inside. Boozer comes near side. Sarr for 3. Got it! Another 3-pointer for the right corner for Dame Sarr, who's got 8. Duke is up by 14.
And Cam Boozer was able to throw out of a double team because there's no hand pressure from UConn in the post right now.
So the Huskies have an answer for a 9-0 run. They get it inside. It's to Reed. A shot blocked from behind by Boozer, and he has been there with help side defense twice now. The last 2 times, Darius Reed Jr. has touched the ball in the paint.
Well, Patrick Gumba is going out of the game right now. I mean, he did a phenomenal job of playing with force. Got the steal and the tip on Darius Reed Jr. Excellent minutes for Patrick.
UConn inbounds with 13 on the timer. It's Caravan high off the glass, missed it, and Reed is called for a foul as he skied for the rebound over the back of Malik Brown.
Yeah, Michael Reed, I'm not sure on that call. Okay, I mean, this is a physical, aggressive game. There was no advantage gained on that. I'm not sure. I mean, Darius Reed Jr., 6'11". He just went up and got it. It wasn't like there was a real block out. It was 2 people going for the ball. Those are the kind of fouls that drive you nuts as a coach when the game is as physical and it's just such total warfare inside the paint right now.
Alex Caravan, who had 66 points in the first 3 games of this tournament for UConn, is still scoreless. Boozer down the lane, and Cam Boozer has the ball poked free. Looked like it was just taken away from him, but it's going to be a reach-in foul. It'll be on Braylon Mullins.
Yeah, I'm not sure on that one either. It was a high dribble. Cam Boozer's got to be much better, and he's got to get lower with the dribble. He's so good at driving it right, dropping his left shoulder, but you're not going to get away with that with a high dribble. That was a fortunate call for Duke.
Cam Boozer is 79% on the year, but as he makes that one, he is 27 for 30 from the line in the NCAA tournament. Hey fans, Westwood One and the Varsity Network bring you all the remaining action. For your team's call, stream it exclusively on the free Varsity Network app. Download today. Second free throw, no good. Rebound down to Jaden Ross. But right now, UConn is in a major danger zone. They're down by 15. 36-21. This one's getting away from them right now here in D.C. Mullins, who just picked up his second foul inside half court, crossover with the dribble. Here comes the double team. Throw to the outside. It's Reed spinning in the lane. Shot no good. Putback won't go for Demery, and the rebound down for Duke. Blue Devils on the run now. UConn gets back quickly defensively. And Cam Boozer will put it on his hip. Off on the left side. Foul line extended. Now driving into the lane on his right hand. Shot blocked away again. Got it back. Up and under. over Taris Reed. That shot partially blocked, and now you're going to get a late whistle. Was it on the shot? It was. Taris Reed just got his second in short order, and the fouls are now piling up for UConn. More free throws coming for the Duke Blue Devils.
That's a legit call right there. Danny and the UConn faithful are not happy with that call, but that was a legit foul. Now, the problem is you could make numerous calls like that inside of this. Cam Boozer is forcing the whistle because of the way he drops his shoulder, gets to the rim, and holds. He pump fakes so well to draw contact. He's so adept at it.
First free throw is good for Cam Boozer. He's got 11 first-half points.
But now they're 2 away from the double bonus. So, there's really not much need for Duke to shoot any real jump shots. Keep attacking, get it inside, and limit the foul line.
Boozer bends his knees, fires the free throw, and hits it. It is all Duke right now, a 17-point lead, courtesy of a 12-0 run.
And now no Taris Reed Jr., which is going to put more pressure on the five-man offense with Eric Riva in.
Here's Mullins from the foul line. Missed it badly, a brick. And the rebound comes down to Dame Sarr. Duke trying to pile on right now as they have taken control of this game here in the first half.
Mullins and Caravan are in a rush offensively.
Caden Boozer gets it to Cam Boozer, and another whistle. And a reach-in foul is called on Demery. Cam Boozer might as well just set up a tent at the free throw line. He's going back there once again.
Well, he's right. And Danny Hurley's upset. And again, these are legit fouls. You've got to force the whistle on the other end right now. Mullins, Caravan, they're getting jump shots. They're rushing it. They've got UConn sped up. Now, you don't have Taris Reed Jr. in the game, but you still have got to find ways to get to the rim. Don't settle for jump shots.
Boozer, this is a 1-and-1. Hits on the front end. Every other foul for the rest of the half will be a 2-shot foul now for Duke. Malachi Smith comes back in, and Demery will take a seat for UConn.
It is amazing. I mean, it goes back all the years of Mike Krzyzewski. No one has ever gone from 5 to 7 as quick as Mike's teams did, and John's doing the same thing.
Boozer's second is good. He's got 14. This is a 19-point game. Biggest lead, 40-21, as we cross 5 minutes left to go in the half. UConn trying to come up with something that will stop this 14-0 run. But they've missed their last 8 shots. Here's Smith up on top, juggles the basketball with the left-hand dribble, now looking for a cutter. Instead, he'll pick it up, throw to the outside, and those quick hands again from Malik Brown flick that pass over the sideline. UConn will keep it with 7 left to shoot.
Well, we know that Duke is very good in the middle of the floor. Right now, they're bringing Taris Reed Jr. back in, go inside. But now the best thing that UConn could do is get the ball inside of the slots and play down the middle and get the corners filled, because Duke is not going to want to come off Alex Caravan or solo ball in a corner. Running your 5-man offense is not working against this team. They're just too active. You've got to spread Duke out.
Gamba checks in as soon as Reed checks in for UConn. So a counter move by Duke. The 2 big men down low now. 5 left to shoot. Malachi Smith, shot fake in toward the lane. Spinning fadeaway shot is no good. It never touched the rim. That is going to be a shot clock violation.
Now, Malachi Smith took a bad shot right there. He had no choice. Solo ball was standing at the top of the key. He needed to get in vision of the passer. If he'd have gone 2-3 steps to the right side, he would have had an open 3 in that situation. You cannot stand and hope the ball finds you. You've got to get in vision of the ball.
Dan Hurley's won 2 national championships. He knows exactly how much trouble his team is in right now. Down by 19. Cam Boozer driving with a left-hand dribble in the lane. Shot blocked from behind. Riva got it. Quickly out the solo ball, and his driving layup is no good. They're going to call that good, I believe, because Sarr, they're not calling it. How did they not call that? They called the foul.
I think they called the foul before that part. They called the foul on ball getting to the basket.
Right. However,
you're seeing goaltend?
Well, when you yank the rim down when a guy's shooting a layup, generally that's goaltending.
Yeah, I agree with you. But I think my guess would be, without them running over here to tell us, which I don't think they're going to do, but I'd like them to, I think they called the foul before it.
Amenya got called for the foul, his first, and ball at the free throw line. His first is good. Scott Graham, Tom Crean here at our Granger courtside seats in Washington, D.C. When you need products in a pinch, Granger offers same-day pickup and next-day delivery on most orders. Click Granger.com or stop by for industrial-grade supplies for your business. Solo ball hits on the second. He's got 4 for the game. Right now, that's like spitting the Potomac River. It's 40-23. Duke on top by 17.
Well, right now, the most important thing is force Duke into jump shots. Do not keep putting them on the line or give them layups like that.
Caden Boozer went right around Malachi Smith, and even though he juggled the ball, he hit it. Boozer has 11.
The on-the-ball defense right now for UConn is not close to good enough to stop in these drives to the rim. Duke is owning the middle of the floor.
Right now, the score is Boozer 25, UConn 23. Here's Smith in from the left corner. Lane came wide open, and he lays it home. Malachi Smith hits. Still a 17-point game with 3:34 to go first half. Gongba holding up on top. Caden Boozer on the run down the lane. His shot is up, and it's good. Same spot right around Malachi Smith.
Yeah, they're behind the play. There's not nearly enough get into position like on that handoff. They're chasing it the whole way, and there's nobody stepping out. It's just too easy for Duke.
Catch and shoot 3 for Solo ball. Misses from the right side. And Cam Boozer skies for the rebound. The outlet to his brother. Duke by 19. 3 minutes to go in the half. Cam Boozer, freight train down the lane. Shot no good, but Gongba got the rebound. The pass to the outside, flicked over the sideline. Last touching UConn. That's going to bring us to a timeout. And Cam Boozer is very slow to get up after that physical exchange. He's asking his coaches to get that challenge. He thinks he was fouled.
I'm pretty sure he's certain on that. I mean, Cam Boozer, he's getting to the foul line. There is no question, like the other night, the way they're attacking him right now, he could easily have 2 to 3 more trips to the line, including this one.
They can sort that out during the timeout, but for right now, it is all Duke late in the first half. 2:54 to go till halftime. Blue Devils 44, UConn 25. You're listening to the men's basketball tournament on the Westwood One NCAA Radio Network.
Why pay more for a great shave? Choose Barbasol, America's #1 brand of shaving cream. Barbasol's instant thick lather gives you a close, comfortable shave at a trusted value. Barbasol.
Did you know about 1 in 3 people with plaque psoriasis may also develop psoriatic arthritis, which causes joint pain, stiffness, and swelling? Does this sound like you? Listen to what it sounds like to be a million miles away. Tremfya guselkumab, taken by injection, is a prescription medicine for adults with moderate to severe plaque psoriasis who may benefit from taking injections or pills or phototherapy, and for adults with active psoriatic arthritis. Serious allergic reactions and increased risk of infections and liver problems may occur. Before treatment, your doctor should check you for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor if you have an infection, flu-like symptoms, or if you need a vaccine. Imagine being a million miles away. Explore what's possible. Ask your doctor about Tremfya. Visit Tremfya.com or call 1-800-526-7736.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance tech at a university, he knows ordering from multiple suppliers takes time away from keeping their arena up and running. That's why he counts on Grainger to get everything he needs, from lighting and HVAC parts to plumbing supplies, all in one place. And with fast, dependable delivery, he's stocked and ready for the next tip-off. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Why pay more for a great shave? Choose Barbasol, America's #1 brand of shaving cream. Barbasol's instant thick lather gives you a close, comfortable shave at a trusted value. Barbasol.
Coming up on the halftime report, sponsored by Liberty Mutual, Jason Horowitz and Nick Baugh will recap Michigan's rout of Tennessee and Chicago earlier today. Liberty Mutual customizes your auto and home insurance so you only pay for what you need. All right, we just saw while we were away the replay that showed that Cam Boozer got an elbow to the face. No foul was called. And then while we were in timeout, Chance Moore, the official to stand by on the other side, looking at the monitor, called the group of 3 officials over. What happened there?
Well, Roger did not tell me what they were showing them, but Chance Moore, they could not have come up with a foul based on what Chance Moore saw on that situation. So I never got the full explanation from Roger.
Roger Ayers, the lead official for this game. As we said, there was no foul called. The ball was knocked out of bounds off UConn. So Duke's got it right now with a 44-25 lead. They inbound from the far sideline.
Now, Roger did try to accuse me of doing that at Indiana, pulling the officials over there for a phantom call. But that's not true, Scott.
But you're friends with Roger.
I like Roger. That's not true. I never did that.
Back to play. Cam Boozer still in the ball game. Alley-oop over everybody. He airmailed that so high that Isaiah Evans didn't even try to jump for it. And it goes harmlessly over the baseline for a Duke turnover. That is 4 here in this first half for Duke, and that's maybe the only thing they've done wrong. They're shooting 56%. They're 5 for 9 from three-point range. They've doubled up UConn in rebounds and in second chance points. 19-point lead. Here's Caravan for UConn driving down the lane. A shot blocked away by Gungba. And now Caravan looked at the officials and said, where's the foul? Well, Alex Young's been watching what's been happening on the floor here.
Well, exactly. And it was good verticality by Patrick Gumby. He did go up. The hands come over a little bit. Probably a good no call. I don't blame Danny Hurley for wanting to call our Caravan in this game, but that's a good no call when you look at it.
Caravan's 0 for 5 from the floor. Ross throws far side, ball, right elbow jumper, partially blocked. And now here comes Duke out on the run. Sarr shovels behind for Evans. He wants a three. Shot no good, and the rebound down for Jaden Ross for UConn. 2:13 to go first half. Duke by 19. Here's Caravan trying to get around a screen, gets it back to Smith. Malachi Smith's three is no good, and the rebound on the weak side picked off the floor by Gungba. Duke is going to slow it down and bring it back across half court with Caleb Foster at the controls.
It's one thing to not have Terrence Reed Jr. on the floor, but it's another thing to be settling for three-point shots if you're Malachi Smith down 19. You've got to get the ball work. You're going to force the whistle if you keep getting it reversed.
Duke's got to feel awfully good right now. 1:40 to go first half. There goes Cam Boozer spinning in the lane, kicks to Sarr. Shot fake from three, driving into the lane, and he draws contact on a big rush to the rim. The foul call is going to be on Eric Ryba. That's going to put Dave Sarr at the line to shoot two. If you can't catch our tournament broadcasts on radio, you can also stream free at WestwoodOneSports.com or listen on any Alexa-enabled device. Simply ask to open Westwood One Sports. We're also free on the Varsity Network app, the NCAA March Madness Live app, and, of course, our own Westwood One Sports app. Here's Sarr. Misses on the first. Only a 55% shooter on the year. But at the line, Duke has hit 9 of their first 11 free throw attempts.
And they check Terrence Reed Jr. back in. So right now it's far more important that you get the ball inside, make Duke make a decision on how they're going to guard it than to run your offense and settle for jump shots.
Sarr missed the second. You got a turnover, a couple missed free throws, but UConn is not chopping down any part of this big tree right now, trailing it by 19. They are 1 for their last 14 from the floor. Here's Smith in between the circles. Malachi Smith holding the dribble. Cutters, nobody comes open. They get it to Reed. Reed kicks it back outside for Smith. Smith jump stop left of the lane. His shot is up and it's good. Sarr thought that he was fouled as Malachi Smith made the move inside. Smith's got 7. UConn back within 17 now.
That was a good drive by Smith. Very good drive to get inside of it.
And just across half court, Duke takes the use it or lose it timeout with 53.3 left in the half. Timeout on the floor. Duke leading 44-27. You're listening to the men's basketball tournament on the Westwood One NCAA Radio Network.
There's a difference between liking a house and actually getting it. Redfin is built to make up that difference and close the gap between finding and owning the home for you. Redfin agents close twice as many deals as other agents, so when you find a home you love, you're not a step behind when it's time to make an offer. That means less watching great homes disappear and more focus on the one you'll actually move into and call home. Redfin helps turn saved listings into real addresses. Get started at redfin.com. Own the dream.
The way we watch video is changing. Shorter, faster, always moving. Introducing Rumble Shorts. Rumble's home for short-form video. A swipeable feed of short vertical videos designed to keep discovery moving. Watch, swipe, discover new creators. Follow the voices you care about. Support them directly with tips through Rumble Wallet. Short-form video the way audiences expect it, while staying true to Rumble's vision of free speech. Rumble Shorts. Discover more. Support creators. Keep the conversation open.
Pump up the volume.
Business moves fast. Orders roll in, deadlines close in. When you ship with USPS Ground Advantage, you can keep up with confidence. Every package stays in our secure network from dock to door. And with nationwide reach, dependable tracking, and upfront affordable pricing, you get built-in peace of mind. You run the business. We run the routes. Visit USPS.com/Ground Advantage to learn more. USPS, official shipping sponsor of the NHL.
Straight Talk Wireless presents Pickup Truck Wisdom.
The smartest way to spend your money is not to. Straight Talk offers free 5G phones for new and existing customers on Verizon's 5G network. So the refund money I don't spend on that free phone is the refund money I get to keep for my family. Smart.
Find us at straighttalk.com and Walmart. Straight Talk Wireless. Straightforward. Always. Taxes and fees apply. Plan purchase required for free phone offers. Copyright 2026 Verizon.
Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. This is the Westwood One NCAA Radio Network, your home for the national championships. Alongside Tom Crean, Scott Graham here in Washington, D.C. If you're just joining us, Duke hasn't scored in the last 2.5 minutes, and yet they lead it by 17 points, 44-27. UConn had a 2-0 lead. Duke tied it. They haven't looked back. And UConn has gone 2 for their last 15 from the floor. So even with this little bit of a cool spot for Duke here in this first half, UConn's not making up any ground.
No, they're really not. And Terrace Reed Jr. is back out as you play this last 53 seconds, which is not a bad move, but you want to go in with something. That's a good start right there for UConn.
It's going to be an offensive foul before they ever inbounded the ball on Caleb Foster. Playing on that injured right foot, that repaired right foot that was fractured. He hit the deck, but he's staying out on the floor right now. The officials are taking a look at what this was as they discuss it to find out if it was anything more than a common foul. And I think they're going to take a look.
Well, they are, and we've got Terrace Reed Jr. Terrace Reed Jr. is checking back in, too. So Danny Hurley going to an offense-defense situation right now to try to get some points on the board or some foul shots as you try to close this half.
This Close Shave Instant Replay review sponsored by Barbasol Shaving Cream. Why pay more for gels? And Barbasol delivers an instant thick lather for a close, comfortable shave. Choose Barbasol, a quality shave and trusted value.
They may upgrade this. He definitely pushes off lower body. Now, it's not in the neck area. It's not in the chest area. It's in the stomach area. But to me, that was not a normal get open move that Caleb Foster just tried to do by how low he went into that midsection area.
He was trying to create space to make a cut to the top. Malachi Smith can be a bit of a pest in a situation like that. Although Smith...
After review, the ruling on the floor is a common foul. It'll be UConn ball.
I was going to say, watching the replay, Coach, Smith's feet were moving and kind of a little bit tangled when that shove came, which is why he went down.
Well, I agree. I wouldn't call it, but I mean, if you're going to go check it, the only thing they would have had him in is extending in that lower body. But I think it's a very good, make it a common foul, don't move on, especially the physicality of this game.
53.3 seconds to go first half. UConn down by 17 as they drop the basketball across half court. Smith on the outside. In between the circles. Back to Ryba. Ryba hands for Mullins. Mullins ice cold first half. Back to Smith. Swing it around and reverse it to Ross. And now Malachi Smith had the ball in his hands a lot here in this first half. With the dribble, picks it up, gets it to Ryba. Inside, left-handed shot is good for the 7-footer. 21 seconds left in the half. Shot clock's turned off. Duke will likely hold for the last shot, guaranteeing themselves at least a 15-point halftime lead. Caleb Foster bothered by Smith. Now gets it in the high post to Gungba. 4 seconds to go in the half. They want a shooter. It's not there. Gungba's going to take it. Shot short, no good. And that will do it for the first half of play. So, Duke, which has only lost twice this year, trying to punch a ticket back to the Final Four and a completely dominant performance Coach, in that first half?
Well, they absolutely did. I mean, they just got down. They got down through the elbows, through the middle of the floor. They attacked on the break. And the right-hand drive. See, Duke is such a right-handed team, not only because they're right-handers, but because they're always playing to the right, and they usually have the left side overloaded, so you're putting tremendous help on the right side of the floor with one person in the corner. But the bottom line is, whether there's help or not, it's too easy right now for Duke to get where they want to go, especially with those right-handed drives to the right side of the floor, and that's helping put them on the foul line at will.
It's 15-point deficit, tied for the sixth largest for Danny Hurley as the head coach at UConn. We are at halftime. Duke 44, UConn 29. When we return, we'll head back to our studios for the halftime report. You're listening to the men's basketball tournament on the Westwood One NCAA Radio Network.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-566-7079. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS. Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start. Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems. We have over 1,000 five-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau. You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-566-7079. That's 800-566-7079. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
O'Reilly. Check engine, ABS, or maintenance light on? Take the guesswork out of your warning lights with O'Reilly Veriscan. The service is free and provides a report with solutions verified by ASE certified master technicians. And if you need help, we can recommend a shop for you. Ask for O'Reilly Veriscan today.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Confidence is knowing you're ready to handle whatever comes your way. That's what it feels like to take on your workday with Cintas. They make sure your AEDs are up to date, your fire extinguishers are tested and inspected, your floor mats are cleaned and delivered, and your workwear looks good, feels good, and is freshly laundered with a Cintas Apparel Plus program. So are you ready to take on today? Visit Cintas.com.
Oh, I'm ready!
And get ready for the workday.
Welcome to the Westwood One NCAA Radio Network Halftime Report, sponsored by Liberty Mutual.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
Liberty Mutual customizes your auto and home insurance, so you only pay for what you need. Once again, here are your hosts, Jason Horowitz and Nick Bob.
The Boozers 27, UConn 29, except the Boozers don't play 2-on-5, so it's 44-29. Duke at the half over the number 2 seed in the East. Happy to have you back with us here in our Westwood One studios. Blue Devils up by 15, largest halftime deficit for UConn on the year, and trailed by as many as 19 at the break, which is the exact same number that they had Michigan State down in the first half on Friday before the Spartans came all the way back, took the lead, and we had a game. And look, whether you're a Duke fan or a UConn fan, I think you want a good game. And Nick and I are sitting here in studio, as I'm sure much of America listening and all around the world on the Westwood One Sports app is like, it's more fun when the games are good. And the first 2 games today, or at least the first game and a half today, have not. They have not been close.
No, obviously Michigan was a buzzsaw, and Duke was a buzzsaw in that first half. And they did a terrific job communicating, chasing, and anticipating all of the sets from UConn. And outside of Terrace Reed Jr. just winning 1-on-1 in the post early, boy, UConn had a hard time getting anything easy. And Jason, you and I talked a ton that we felt like the three-point line would loom large, and it did. UConn was 1 for 11 from 3 in the first half. Duke was 5 for 11. But the quality of three-point looks between the two teams is vastly different. Duke's a lot of inside-out, feet are set quality type of threes. UConn's are tough, off-the-move threes where obviously those guys can make those shots, but those are different kinds of threes. A lot of it is begins and ends with Cam Boozer, but I just thought Duke checked about every box that you could in that first half. That's why they built the big lead.
And something else is very evident. We have talked all year long about the offenses for Michigan, Arizona, Duke, and Illinois as well, but certainly in this tournament. The thing that stands out the most, if Duke is able to close this out, the top three teams who have been the top three teams all year, Nick, they are 1, 2, and 3 in defensive efficiency all year, too. And obviously, you play both ends of the floor, but they are so dominant defensively, and we're seeing that in the Elite Eight for all three of those teams.
Yeah, and having seen Arizona in person, they're so big and physical. Having seen Michigan in person, they're big and physical, but Mara is just a sight to behold with how long he is. And I will say, guys like Dame Sarr, Isaiah Evans, those guys are way longer in person than maybe they appear on television. That allows you to get in passing lanes and contest shots, but I'm totally with you, and it's a great point. We get enamored with offense, but, man, Arizona, Michigan, and Duke can really defend.
Yep, no question about that. All right, speaking of that Michigan game, let's relive what happened earlier today. And final score was not close. First 10 minutes worked. Game was tied at 16. Then Michigan went on a massive run.
8 left to shoot. Gonza holds on top.
Johnson Jr. Long outlet to Lendeborg. Touch pass Gale, right baseline. He has to secure it back out to Johnson. Here's Cadeau. Zips it to Burnett. Right block. Lays up good. 21-0 run. A 3-touchdown burst for Michigan. And a timeout for Tennessee. It's all Wolverines with Indianapolis in their sights. Up 35-16.
Led by 22 at the half, but always in the tournament. Is someone going to make a run? And in the second half, the answer for Michigan and Tennessee was no.
Gillespie around an Akpara screen. Burnett on him, feeds it to Akpara. Free throw line floater won't go. Akpara still scoreless. Rebound Cadeau. Outlet Lendeborg on the run. End to end and a one-hand hammer. Oh my, a full head of steam for the Big Ten Player of the Year, and he throws it down. 57-34, Michigan in control.
Yaxel had 27 points, 7 boards, 4 assists, couple of blocks, 33-point win for Michigan, 95-62. It is the largest margin of victory in an Elite Eight since Michigan in 1989 knocked off Virginia on its way to a national championship with Steve Fisher coaching 6 games, the first 6 games of his Michigan career. Yaxel Lendeborg after the game, well, what sparked the run?
We knew the name of the game was going to be physicality, and they were the number 1 offensive team in the country for a reason. You know, they showed us in those first 4 minutes, you know, and immediate timeout, we all regrouped. You know, we thought about what we needed to do. That was the game plan all along. So once, you know, we started hitting them back and they stopped, you know, getting the same offensive rebounds, the game definitely started to shift. Will did a great job walling up and getting those loose balls or even just tipping it out for us, you know, and making it easier for all the other guys, man. So, you know, shout out to Will for his toughness.
Yeah, Lendeborg, they're talking about the offensive rebounds for Tennessee. Nick, they had 6 offensive rebounds in the first 4 minutes.
Yes.
Yes. And that's kind of how Tennessee got an early lead and kind of how they had that. And then they finished with 19, but a lot of those were late and the game was a 30-point game.
Yeah, again, it wasn't like it was smooth sailing the whole game. First 10 minutes of the game, there was a lot of stress. There was foul trouble on Mara and Merez Johnson. The Vols were hitting the offensive glass. But, boy, when Michigan started rebounding defensively, the game completely flipped. And, you know, sometimes playing big, a lot of big front lines, and playing fast, those things seem like they're at odds. They are not at odds with Michigan. This is an elite transition offensive team. And Yaxel Lendeborg, when he gets on the wing and gets an outlet pass, look out because you got a freight train coming at you that is skilled and balling right now.
When Rick Pitino said after they lost to Duke on Friday that this is the highest level of college basketball and performance that he has seen in terms of execution and the way that the game is being played in his time, in quite some time, I think Michigan, Arizona, and Duke are the teams he's certainly pointing at, and they are at least 2 of those going to the Final Four, and Duke is up 15 at the half. 44-29, the Blue Devils over UConn. You're listening to the men's basketball tournament on the Westwood One NCAA Radio Network.
Hey, it's Josh Arnold from the Bob and Tom Show. You know, it's March, which means the tournament is officially here. The arenas are packed, and my bracket, well, it's busted. But it's also where underdogs rise, and every second counts. Rougiette knows that applies off the court, too. If things aren't working in the bedroom, you don't have to accept it. Rougiette Ready combines 3 ingredients in 1 minty dose that dissolves under your tongue. So you're ready physically and mentally, with effects lasting up to 36 hours. Getting started is simple. Rougiette connects you with a doctor online who can decide if a prescription is right for you. Then the treatment ships discreetly to your door. Rougiette, performance medicine for men. Head to rougiette.com/gameon and get 15% off your ED treatment. That's RUGIET.com/gameon for 15% off. Individual results may vary. Prescription required. Telehealth is not intended to replace medical care. Please consult with your doctor. Restrictions apply. Visit RUGIET.com to learn more.
Marketers, you know that feeling. An advertising investment seemed on point but didn't drive any revenue. And now your CFO wants answers. LinkedIn calls that bull spend. Invest in what looks good to your CFO. LinkedIn ads generates the highest ROAS of all major ad networks. So cut the bull spend and advertise on LinkedIn. Spend $250 on your first LinkedIn ads campaign and get a $250 credit. Visit linkedin.com/college basketball. Terms and conditions apply.
All right, Jason Horowitz back with you in our Westwood One studios. Duke leading UConn 44-29 halftime in D.C., trying to get to the Final Four. The Duke women were in Sacramento today trying to reach the Final Four for the first time in 20 years. The 3 seed in Sacramento, too, taking on number 1 UCLA. And the Blue Devils had the lead for the first 2.5 quarters, and then that changed.
The last time UCLA led was 2-0 with 9:49 to go in the first quarter. Neepkins wide open straightaway 3. Give it to her. And the number 1 seed is back in front. 47-45. They're on their feet here in Sacramento. And the Duke Blue Devils have a wake-up call as the number 1 seed has seized control of this one. 47-45. with 2:37 to go.
And the number 1 seed's on to the Final Four for the second straight year. 70-58, knocking off Duke. They advance to Phoenix, and we'll get the winner of Texas and Michigan. UConn also advanced to Phoenix. Yet another Final Four for Gino Auriemma and the undefeated Huskies. 70-52 over at Notre Dame. All that, the women's tournament scoreboard, sponsored by Upside. Stop overpaying for gas. Download the free Upside app. Use promo code SCORE to earn cash back on the gas you buy. Yep, you earn cash back on every gallon of gas you buy. Download the Upside app now. Use promo code SCORE for a limited 25 cents per gallon back on your first tank. UConn awaits the winner of South Carolina and TCU tomorrow. If it is the Gamecocks, that will be a rematch of last year's national championship this year in the Final Four. Our coverage tomorrow of the Women's Elite Eight, 6:30 Eastern, leading up to those 2 games tomorrow on the final 2 spots in the Final Four. Duke leading UConn on the men's side by 15 from the Westwood One NCAA Radio Network. This is the men's basketball tournament.
Some things in life are preventable. Ooh, gas station sushi. Yum. That's preventable.
I'm just going to tell my boss what I really think of him.
Oh boy. That's preventable.
Maybe a face tattoo would look good.
That's preventable too. The Colorectal Cancer Alliance wants you to know a lot of things in life are preventable. Colon cancer is common and deadly, but that's also preventable.
Oh my gosh, it's a bear! Let's get a selfie with it.
Also preventable. The Alliance is doing its part to end colorectal cancer. Now, do yours. Get involved. And if you're 45 or older, talk to your doctor about the colon cancer screening options available to you.
Bet you I can eat 50 hot dogs in an hour.
Preventable!
Actually, Your Honor, I'm representing myself.
Go to colorectalcancer.org to learn more. That's colorectalcancer.org. And together, we can save lives.
Furnished by the Colorectal Cancer Alliance.
People do some pretty cool things in their 40s and 50s. Why should saving for retirement be any different? I mean, they go back to college, learn new instruments, start skateboarding. Whoa! Okay, maybe that one's not for everybody, but saving for retirement is. With aceyourretirement.org, you can get on track with your retirement savings no matter your age. Just have a 3-minute chat with Avo, the friendly digital retirement coach from AARP. You'll get personalized recommendations based on your input that are easy to understand and work with your lifestyle. It's quick, easy, and free. Plus, it's sponsored by AARP, so you know they got your back.
Woohoo! Snarly move, Dad.
Thanks, sweetie.
So wherever you are in your retirement savings journey, head to aceyourretirement.org and start chatting with Avo today. That's aceyourretirement.org. A message from AARP and the Ad Council.
8 left to shoot. Gongba holds on top. Now Jimenez, left side. Dump it inside. Boozer comes near side. Sarr for 3. Got it! Another 3-pointer for the right corner for Dame Sarr, who's got 8. Duke is up by 14.
The Boozers have the 27 combined. Dame Sarr, a couple of big threes, and it's 44-29 Duke over UConn. Nick Baugh, how does UConn get back in this game? What do they have to do?
Well, first of all, a 15-point lead isn't enormous. It's not insurmountable. And UConn, they're not really a transition team. They're more of a walk it up the floor and run a set play kind of a team. But I'd like to see them try to explore earlier in the possession before that Duke half-court defense gets set, because clearly they're having a hard time getting clean looks when they get bogged down in the half court. But to do that, you got to string together some stops. And so I think it's vital that Terrace Reed Jr. not pick up his third personal foul here early so he can stay on Boozer and be able to control the glass defensively. You do that, put some game pressure on Duke, chip away at this thing. You never know.
You never know. This has been the Westwood One NCAA Radio Network Halftime Report, sponsored by Liberty Mutual. Liberty Mutual customizes your auto and home insurance so you only pay for what you need. Back to Scott Graham, Tom Crean. Second half next. You're listening to the men's basketball tournament on the Westwood One NCAA Radio Network.
Coverage varies by plan. View contracts and exclusions at carshield.com.
America, hear me when I say this. Some of y'all are out there living dangerously. You're driving with no protection. And don't tell me your car is like new. Stop it. It's not a question of if it'll break down. It's when. When that AC goes out in the summer or your engine stops engineing, it could cost you thousands. That's why I ride with CarShield. They're America's most trusted auto protection. That is elite defense. Get your free quote at carshield.com.
In the court, every possession counts. In business, it's every lead. But too many businesses are still guessing what's making the phone ring and what's a waste of money. CallRail turns that guesswork into a winning game plan by showing you exactly what marketing drove every call, text, and form fill. CallRail's AI assistant can even answer calls 24/7, book appointments, and keep leads from calling the competition so you never miss your shot. That's why over 225,000 businesses trust CallRail. Stop guessing and start winning. Try it free at callrail.com.
Westwood One presents Great Moments in Tournament History.
March 1976, Indiana enters the tournament an unblemished 27-0 behind the play of Kent Benson, Quinn Buckner, and Scott May. They rolled all the way to the title game against Michigan, where they completed their perfect season.
10 seconds, Baxter almost lost it. Here's Michigan on the dribble. Baxter down the right side. Cross the ball, Madeline to the field. Crashman on a break, 5 seconds to go. Drive, shoots it up. And Benson came on, scores the gun. Indiana's number one. They won it. They're the national champion for 1976.
Don Fisher of Learfield Communications calling the last men's team to finish a season undefeated. The 32-0 Hoosiers. Another great moment in tournament history. I'm Kevin Kugler.
An Indiana basketball team that wrapped things up in Philadelphia, what people may not remember is the year before they went 31-1 and could have done it undefeated that year as well. That's in the past. In the present here in Washington, D.C., the Duke Blue Devils, the number one seed in the East region, are trying to go back-to-back to the Final Four. They've got a 15-point halftime lead over UConn here, 44-29. And, Coach, we were talking about it a little bit at halftime, but here's what I want to ask you. As a coach, I know that you were a fine coach, but at some point or other, you probably had a team that was stuck 15 points at halftime. As a coach, how do you address that in the locker room? Obviously, there are some adjustments that have to be made X and O wise. How do you address your team?
Well, you have to let them know just that it's 15 points, and that in a 20-minute game, which is now what that is not that difficult. What happens is you've got to not put Duke on the foul line, because every time you put Duke on the foul line, it allows them to set that defense. You got to continue to get good shots. You keep reminding these guys what they're capable of and how good they are. And you go back and say, okay, they have no answer for Terrace. We've got to keep getting it into him. The rest of you keep looking for it, keep coming off the screens. The shots are going to fall, be on the glass, but you've got to keep them off the foul line. And really the bottom line is Duke is such a right-handed team, such a right-handed offense. They're getting there nonstop. You got to force them to the left as much as you can.
First half numbers, Duke shot 52%, 15 out of 29, 5 for 11 from three-point range. UConn made 6 for 11 in the first half on Friday night here against Michigan State from three-point range. Today, 1 for 11. And of the starting lineup, Taris Reed Jr. is 5 for 10. The rest of the starters, 3 out of 17 from the floor. They shot very poorly in the second half of that first half. On the Duke side of things, 14 points from Cam Boozer, 13 points for Caden Boozer to lead the way. Taris Reed Jr.'s got 12 for UConn.
Well, in the bottom line, I mean, Cam is a plus 20, Caden is a plus 19. They're doing such a good job, Scott, in the middle of the clock, not necessarily in the first 7-8 seconds, but somewhere in that middle, they're getting a ton of scores, and they're doing a really good job. For UConn, you've got to keep going inside. You're 3 of 8 at the rim. You're 8 of 17 in the paint. You're getting in the paint. You've got to do a better job in the post-up game. Keep going inside. Use the backboard, and then get on the glass. Because right now, the offensive rebounding percentage of Duke versus UConn, 44% of the offensive rebounds are going to Duke. Only 29% of the offensive rebounds are going to UConn. You've got to be more aggressive on the glass if you're UConn.
If you are a UConn fan or you have UConn going to Indianapolis in your bracket, keep this in mind. Duke gives up the 4th fewest points per game in NCAA basketball this year, just 63 points per game. Time now for the start of the second half, sponsored by Indeed.com. When the pressure's on to hire right, then this is a job for sponsored jobs. Get matched with quality candidates on Indeed where you need the most. Visit Indeed.com/credit. Duke in the home white with the blue trim, blue lettering and numerals. UConn in the navy blue with the white lettering and numerals and red trim. Huskies have the ball going from our left to our right as we start the second half. Duke leading it 44-29. Starters back on the floor for both teams. It is Reed holding up on top, bothered there by Malik Brown. Now hands it off to Mullins. Mullins drops it down for Reed, who kicks to the left corner. Three-pointer up, no good for Demery, and the rebound ripped down by Dame Sarr for Duke.
That's where Taris Reed Jr.'s got to shoot it. I like the idea of going to Demery, but he's a minus 18 in the first half. Go get a layup or a foul if you're Taris Reed.
Passing around the perimeter, Caden Boozer throws back to his brother. Cam Boozer barreling down the lane, shot blocked away by Reed. Ball down on the floor, it's loose, and a dive for the loose ball. Held ball is going to belong to Duke on the alternate possession. The arrow points their way, and they'll have 8 seconds left to shoot.
I think that's really important now with Cam Boozer right now. You got to keep going after his dribble when he puts it on the floor. All right, be squared up. Don't let him drop that shoulder into you as easy. The more squared up you keep him, the better chance you have at getting a steal or a strip.
Cam Boozer with double-doubles in his first 3 tournament games. And off the inbound, he's got himself 2 more points. Caden Boozer finds him underneath the hoop. 16 now for Cam Boozer. And the lead back up to 17 for Duke. Demery playing catch on the outside, and now a pass up over the top of the hand of Taris Reed, but it got there because of a shove that he got in the back. And it was going to be a foul call. It's going to go on Duke.
Good call. And now we've seen in this half, Dame Sarr is guarding Caravan on this end, which will keep Cam Boozer from having to go through so many screens.
Malik Brown got called for that personal, his second. The inbound comes to Mullins. Mullins for ball, and his jump shot from three-point range, no good. Reed skies over everyone for the rebound, and the putback is good for Taris Reed Jr. 14 points now for the UConn big man.
That's how you chip away. You keep going inside, and now you've got to recognize that Cam Boozer is guarding Silas Demery Jr. on the other end.
The question is, can you chip away if you're not playing defense at the other end? And there's Cam Boozer, like a freight train down the lane. He is called for an offensive foul. Silas Demery Jr. stood in, staring down a freight train, and took the charge. It goes back the other way.
And what did we say? Play him squared up. Don't let him get that shoulder on you early. Force him to dribble. The dribble is high for Cam Boozer right now. There are strips to be made if you stay in front of him.
UConn down 15 with the basketball. Reed in the high post. Shovel it for Demery. Demery right side wants to feed the post, and you're going to get another foul call. Once again, it'll be on Malik Brown, who kind of threw Reed to the ground before that entry bounce pass on the right block. That's going to be 3 on Brown.
And Malik Brown is trying to do what they want him to do. Get around. Don't get caught behind. But there was too much hand contact from Malik Brown. Easy call.
Inbound for the near sideline for the Huskies. Demery with the basketball. Up on top of the circle. Get it out left side. Mullins driving, little scoop shot, tickled the rim and fell away, no good. Boozer down with the rebound. Caden's got it from the weak side. He takes it to the forecourt. Caden Boozer driving down the lane, and he's fouled by Solo Ball on his way to the bucket. It's going to be a two-shot foul. And Caden Boozer, who's been a big part of what's happened in this game, obviously all the focus on his fraternal twin brother, who is the player of the year by all rights in NCAA basketball. Caden has showed well. First free throw is good. That's 5 for 5 from the line and 14 points. The official NCAA ticket exchange is the only NCAA-approved place to buy and sell authentic 100% guaranteed men's Final Four tickets with other fans. Visit the official NCAA ticket exchange today at ncaa.com/exchange.
Well, you recruit Caden and Cam Boozer together, and you get the synergy of those two and how they find each other on so many different ways, on passes, whether it's an inbound, assist. It's just incredible that the togetherness those two have in finding each other.
That, of course, a national champ at Duke. Caden hit on the second. It's a 48-31, 17-point lead for Duke. Mullins driving in the offensive end. Pull-up jumper is good. Hit it from 12 feet away on the left baseline. Dan Hurley wants his team to come up and press. Down by 15 with 17 and a half to go. Duke has been sure-handed, though, in this game. Pass to the inside and an alley-oop jam home. Gumba throws it down on the feed from Caden Boozer.
Number one thing on the scouting report in yesterday's practice with Luke Murray and Dan Hurley was you cannot let Cam Boozer make easy passes out of the post because he's always looking for that pass. It's just too easy right now.
Duke is chasing everyone around these screens that UConn runs on every possession. And this time, Isaiah Evans gets called for a foul trying to fight through that screen. For Dan Hurley, I would imagine as Evans picks up his first, that would be your hope here, to continue to pile up the fouls, possibly wear them down. But down 17, you're going to have to do more than that.
Well, you've got to defend, but you're right. You want to get the ball inside, get to that bonus as quick as you can right now.
Yeah, a kick ball on an entry pass, it stays UConn's way. But, I mean, look at this. You got 3 minutes in and 14 fouls already for Duke here in the second half.
Yeah, and only one versus you is UConn. That's the psychology of the game, is how quick can you get in it, because baskets are hard to come by.
Mullins baseline jumper, got it, and the foul. Late whistle on the foul, but Mullins, who caught that ball off the inbound, got nudged over the end line while he was in midair, and he's going to have a chance at a three-point play.
A great drive by Mullins. Goes with his left hand, quick pull-up. It was a foul. Isaiah Evans was on the side of him, but Mullins has come out here with some real aggressiveness in the second half.
Second foul on Evans. Mullins' free throw is good. 5 points in the second half after just 2 in the first. 50-36 our score. Duke on top with the basketball. The winner goes to the Final Four. Boozer, left side foul line extended. Throws through to his brother Caden in the corner. Now the drive and throws right back again to his brother. Left side three, no good. Tap rebound controlled by UConn. Here come the Huskies. Ball for Demery. Layup is good. 12-point game. UConn back within 12. And now the crowd behind the UConn bench is standing, exhorting their team. Boozer drives, and he is denied. UConn down with the basketball, trying to keep the run going. Caravan a three. That would have been big, but he missed once again. And the rebound scooped up by Gunba.
Now, if you do, walk it up, go get into position, go back into Cam Boozer inside because Caravan is guarding him in the post.
UConn now 1 for 14 from three-point range, trailing it by 12. Under 16 left to play as Cam Boozer holds it half court. Steps into a three-pointer. It's on the way. It's no good. Rebound taken down by Mullins. UConn trying to press their advantage. Demery with the dribble in the middle of the floor. Gets it to Reed. Reed in the high post looking for a cutter. No one there. Now to Caravan. Caravan far side for Ball. Ball comes to Reed right side. Reed driving. Got his man on his back. All kinds of contact, and his shot is blocked away. UConn gets it back. Demery missed a three from the right corner, and the rebound down to Duke. They're running. Starr on the way, lays it home for the Blue Devils.
If you're UConn, find a way to get. It's doing no good to have Terrace Reed Jr. at the top of the key and on the drive because they can get help. Go inside, force the whistle, make Duke make a commitment in this post defense.
Earmark those last two possessions. The missed three in that one for UConn. Inside, shot up, no good for Reed, but he was shoved by Patrick Gunba. So when we come back, it'll be Terrace Reed Jr. at the free throw line to shoot two. But remember, they got back to within 12. They had two opportunities to get it to 10 or 9, and UConn missed on them both. 14:51 to go here in D.C. It is Duke 52, UConn 38. From the Westwood One NCAA Radio Network, this is the men's basketball tournament.
Before I was adopted, I felt alone.
After spending years in foster care, Lexi worried that she and her brother were too old to be adopted. Thankfully, the siblings were adopted, with help from the Dave Thomas Foundation for Adoption.
I love teenagers. To see how brave Lexi was and how she opened herself up to being in a family, all of a sudden, she's holding my hand and calling me Mom. It was really special.
Every child, no matter their age, deserves to grow up in a safe, permanent home.
Children at every age experience challenges. Teenagers are more complex than young children, but in the best ways.
You're never too old for family. Learn how you can help children still waiting to be adopted from foster care at davethomasfoundation.org.
This message is from the U.S. Department of Veterans Affairs. Each week, VA sends an email to over 13 million veterans across the country. It's jam-packed with resources like free concert tickets, farming assistance, workout programs, national park passes, and veteran discounts on hundreds of services, plus access to local events for veterans and their families, and even barbecue sandwiches, all at no cost. One can also find job listings, career mentoring opportunities from Fortune 500 CEOs, small business help, and information on home loans. Are you in the know? Subscribe for free at va.gov/vetresources to learn more about the federal, state, nonprofit, and private sector resources available to veterans and their families. That's va.gov/vetresources.
With Tax Slayer Simply Free, there's no cost to file, no surprise upgrades. Get 100% accuracy and your max refund guaranteed. See if you qualify. 14:51 to go here in Washington, D.C. with a trip to the Final Four on the line. And the number 1 seed Duke has a 14-point lead over the 2 seed UConn. Duke has led this game by as many as 19 points. UConn has struggled from the outside, just 1 for 15 from three-point range. Moments ago, they were down 12, had 2 opportunities to cut it to 10 or 9. Missed on a 3 and missed on a shot in tight to the basket. And now it'll be Terrace Reed Jr. to the free throw line. He's got a 2-shot foul coming.
Now, 1 of 15 from 3 leads you to believe it's really important that we go inside because we're right near that bonus and take threes that come inside out if there's a double team. Duke had trouble with the cross screen for Terrace Reed Jr. in the first half. It'll be interesting to see now UConn goes back to more of those actions.
Reed makes the first, misses the second. 52-39, 13-point game. 14:45 left to play in this East Region final here in Washington. Duke has been efficient tonight. They're shooting 50% from the floor. Now you're going to get a foul off the ball as Gunba hits the deck. The foul call, I believe, is going to be on Mullins, apparently for throwing an arm.
Oh, good call. They had a lob play on for Gumba from this Duke timeout. And you stopped the lob because it was, if they didn't bump that or hit him, he was going to be free because there wasn't nearly enough pressure on Caden Boozer to make that pass.
Mullins will sit now with 3 fouls. He made the point to the official. Now, wait a minute. I'm 196 pounds. How did I knock Gumba to the ground? They were unmoved by his argument. Here's Boozer down low. Cam Boozer going to work on Caravan. Double team comes his way. Feeds the post. Gumba fouled on the play by Malachi Smith. Gunba did a good job of just catching that ball on the challenged pass, and Smith called for the reach-in foul. You can hear every remaining moment of the NCAA men's and women's tournament on Alexa. Just ask your device to open Westwood One Sports, and you'll be able to listen to all the action wherever you are. That's open Westwood One Sports to listen on Alexa.
Well, Duke is doubling. UConn is doubling Duke's Cameron Boozer in the post, which they've done. So you're taking away his scoring, but you're not taking away his passing. And Gumbo made a dive. The weak side defender needs to be in front of him. What I mean by that is the person that slides across has got to protect the rim. You cannot get sealed, even if you're giving up size. You've got to get in front of the man that dives. In Gumba's case, it was him.
Gumba missed the first, hit the second. He was 1 for 6 from the line here the other night. He's got 5 points for the game. It's 53-39, 14-point ball game. Duke on top. UConn trying to claw their way back into this game with 14-15 to go. Series of cuts, and now Caravan's got it. Spinning, kicking to the top. Malachi Smith wanted to throw back to Caravan. They anticipated. So down it goes to Reed. Reed up and under, blocked by Gunba. And Gunba said, wait a minute, what's that whistle? I didn't hit him.
Now we've changed what a foul is in the post inside of this game. Tony Chiazza making that call. There was nowhere for Terrace Reed Jr. to go. He was underneath the backboard.
The many people wearing striped shirts that are Duke colors disagree with that call as they see it up on the big board here as Terrace Reed Jr. hits the first free throw.
Well, now if you're UConn, you're riding that bonus at the 14-minute mark the rest of the game. You can't have a better blueprint in a comeback game. Like you said earlier, you got to make the free throws, but now you're there. Every time you get fouled, you're there automatically.
Reed's second is good. Crawled up over the front of the rim. He leads UConn with 17 points. They're back within 12 once again as we cross 14 minutes left to go in the ball game. Amenya playing catch on the outside. Cam Boozer comes back near side to his brother Caden. Caden Boozer on a pick and roll to Cam. Jams it home. You can't draw it any better than that on the left side of the floor.
No, and they made a switch, and there was no chance. There was no chance to recover. They're much smaller. Excellent pass inside to Cam Boozer for the dunk. Just too easy.
Malachi Smith brings it up, gets it to Caravan, throws down inside, and Reed, a reverse lay-in, just as pretty on the other end offensively. Terrace Reed Jr. has 19. 55-43, 12-point Duke lead. 13:20 left to play. Boozer's playing catch on the outside. Reed anticipated a pass, and the big man breaks away and throws it down. We've got a 10-point game after the steal and dunk for Terrace Reed, who's got 21.
I'd get a timeout if you're John Shire. I would stop this momentum. And you've got to get your team regrouped and be stronger with the ball.
Under 13 to play. The UConn crowd is making noise. Entry pass to Cam Boozer, going to work on Reed. Got him in the air, shot up, no good. But a whistle and a foul. That'll be 3 on Terrace Reed Jr. And Cam Boozer, who's been hitting his free throws, goes back to the line for Duke.
Well, you let him get to his left shoulder. If he goes to his left shoulder, he is going to shoot the basketball, and he does it off of a pump fake. Terrace Reed Jr. bit on the pump fake. He jumped. That's like 1-on-0 offense for Cam Boozer when you do that. He's automatically going to get fouled and get to the line.
Boozer's 5 for 6 from the line. His first one is good. Coming back into the ball game, Malik Brown has had some foul trouble. He replaces Gunba. Cam Boozer comes out, and Caleb Foster back in again for Duke. Cam Boozer's second free throw is around and no good. Rebound down to Reed. 12:40 left to play. Duke by 11, 56-45. Winner goes to the Final Four next week in Indianapolis. Here's Smith. Gets it to Caravan. They play catch on the right side. Now Malachi Smith with the dribble alive. Sets it up down low for Reed. Double team coming at him. He spins, bounce pass, and a beauty. And a lay-in is good for Caravan. First 2 points of the game for Alex Caravan. And all of a sudden, UConn is back within 9.
Well, Alex Caravan is the best cutter at UConn, and he did a great job getting behind the defense.
Foster drove all the way to the baseline, got cut off, and now They throw back out and get it to Foster as we cost 12 minutes left to go in the game. Shot clock down to 8. Caleb Foster with the left-hand dribble. Gets a screen, driving down the lane. His shot is up. It is no good. Rebound down for Reed and UConn. Here come the Huskies again. Swing by swing with the axe as they try to chop down this tree. It's Smith on the outside for Ball. Three-pointer from the top. No good. Tapped rebound is going to be controlled. Oh, saved by Caravan, who sprawled into his own bench. UConn's got it back, and they reset it. And Malachi Smith backs up to the logo to set his team's offense with the dribble on the right side. Gets it inside. Reed wide open. Dunks it home. 7-point ball game. 23 for Terrace Reed Jr. Full court pressure now for UConn. Media timeout is coming, but John Shire, I don't think, is going to wait. And he does call for the timeout with 10:59 to go. They are going berserk behind the UConn bench right now. Trailing by as many as 19, the Huskies are back within 7. It is Duke 56, UConn 49. You're listening to the men's basketball tournament on the Westwood One NCAA Radio Network.
Hey, sports fans, Kevin Kugler here, sportscaster for college basketball. And I have a special announcement from Five Guys. They know no bracket is safe this tournament season and want you to be prepared. Like when that pesky 12 seed upsets the 5. Or that school you never heard of turns your lock into a loss. Ouch. So when your bracket inevitably busts, don't cry. Stop at Five Guys and get some consolation fries. They'll make you feel like a winner again.
In the zone, AutoZone. Annie's first oil change wasn't as hard as she thought because she went to AutoZone, where a friendly AutoZoner helped her find the right oil and save on an oil filter. He explained the job and showed her free how-tos on AutoZone.com. When she was done, AutoZone recycled her old oil for free. No hassles, just help. Everything you need, nothing you don't. Get in the zone, AutoZone. Restrictions apply.
Your business has big goals, and the right hire can make or break. When time is tight and the pressure's on, this is a job for Indeed Sponsored Jobs. With Indeed Sponsored Jobs, your posting gets seen by quality candidates who actually match what you're looking for. No guessing, just the right people, faster. Plus, you only pay for results. Don't leave hiring to chance. Hire smarter with Indeed Sponsored Jobs. Visit Indeed.com/credit. That's Indeed.com/credit.
Liberty Mutual customize this song for you. Like your car insurance, it's custom too, yeah. Liberty Mutual's got the coverage that could save you money. Thanks to Doug and Limu, well now you can go take that cruise. Liberty, 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 yeah.
Along with Tom Green, I'm Scott Graham here at our Grainger courtside seats in Washington, D.C. Keep your team moving forward with Grainger. With over 1 million industrial-grade products, Grainger can help your business get a leg up. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. UConn is now the closest they've been since they trailed 28-21 at the 8:42 mark of the first half. Duke, without a field goal in nearly 3 minutes, has allowed UConn to get back within 56-49 with 10:59 left to go in the game.
And if you're Duke, you've had success with that side screen and roll. You can certainly go into Boozer and play out of that. But we saw a lob play after the last time up. I think we see something here with side pick and roll. And then I think we start to see more middle pick and roll with Caleb Foster and Cam Boozer as the game goes on.
You got a combined 67 wins this season out on the floor right now. Each of these teams knows how to survive runs or create runs, and that's what we're in the middle of right now. Duke basketball. The 16-6 run for UConn has gotten him back in it. Brown holding up on top. Gets it off for Evans. He's been quiet. Right side, crossover dribble. Get it to Foster. 5 left to shoot. Foster feeding Boozer. One-handed catch in the paint. Up and under. His shot is good with the left hand. All kinds of talent there from Cam Boozer, who's got 21.
And good patience by Duke to get to the pick and roll. It wasn't quite the wing. It was more in the elbow range, but got Cam Boozer, and he finishes.
Jaden Ross holds left side for UConn. Now ball hands it to Smith. Malachi Smith, head of the circle. Cam Boozer is on him. Get it to Caravan. Caravan fake a three. Off for Reed. Now back to Caravan. Driving, wanted the pick and roll. Not there. Tried to force the shot. Ball ends up in the hands of Reed. And Reed throwing to the top gets it stolen away. Foster's got it. He stripped to the basketball and lost it. It looked like it was going to be a run-out layup. UConn didn't quit on it. They stripped the ball from Caleb Foster, and it last touched him before going over the end line. They teach you to never quit on a play, and that right there is why. Another timeout on the court with 9:58 left to go in the game. It's Duke 58, UConn 49. You're listening to the men's basketball tournament on the Westwood One NCAA Radio Network.
You've got a big day, so you use Unstoppable Scent Boosters to give your laundry non-stop freshness. So no matter how long the day goes, you
Can't stop this power, this walk, this pose, this strut, this look, this talk.
your clothes will be so fresh you can confidently strut into that end of the day meeting like a
Boss, 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 bosses. Let's talk business in my office.
Add new Unstoppable Speeds to your wash for 24-hour non-stop freshness so you can smell unstoppable.
A great hire can change everything: productivity, efficiency, and the way your whole business runs. But finding that person shouldn't feel impossible. When you're in need of hiring help fast, this is a job for Sponsored Jobs. Indeed, Sponsored Jobs helps you reach candidates with the exact skills, experience, and know-how your business actually needs. And you'll only pay for results. Sponsor your job, get matched with the right people, and hire with confidence. Don't leave hiring to chance. Visit Indeed.com/credit.
On the court, every possession counts. In business, it's every lead. But too many businesses are still guessing what's making the phone ring and what's a waste of money. CallRail turns that guesswork into a winning game plan by showing you exactly what marketing drove every call, text, and form fill. CallRail's AI assistant can even answer calls 24/7, book appointments, and keep leads from calling the competition so you never miss your shot. That's why over 225,000 businesses trust CallRail. Stop guessing and start winning. Try it free at callrail.com.
A small business affirmation from Progressive. Bakery owners, you will be loved today. Every pastry will be flaky. Your cake will make a child's day. Your delivery van won't get sideswiped by a distracted garbage truck driver. But if so, breathe easy, knowing you'll get back to business quickly with Progressive protecting your commercial auto. See if you can save in as little as 8 minutes at progressivecommercial.com.
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates.
You can stream every Westwood One basketball game for free, sponsored by LinkedIn Ads. Reach your buyers with LinkedIn Ads. Spend $250, get a $250 credit for your next campaign. Visit linkedin.com/college basketball. Terms apply. For a live stream, go to westwood1sports.com or download the Westwood One Sports app today. 9 minutes, 58 seconds to go. The winner of this game goes to the Final Four to join Arizona, Illinois, and Michigan. And Duke, who has led basically throughout, has seen their lead that was once 19 points trimmed down to 9 now. It's 58-49.
Well, UConn has the momentum right now because they have the bonus and they have Terrace Reed Jr., who is just impossible to guard. You bring a double, he found Caravan on the bottom. If you're Duke and you've got Alex Caravan matched up with Cam Boozer, whether you go to him early, whether you go to him late, you've got to figure out a way to go to that. And we have not seen much middle pick and roll like we saw against St. John's in the second half this past Friday night from Duke.
A lot of NCAA tournament history between these two teams. UConn beat Duke in the 1999 national title game. Driving, Smith shot good. Malachi Smith took the much bigger Cam Boozer straight down the lane and lays it home.
He really did. There was a front in the post on Terrace Reed Jr., so there was no way to help. Malachi Smith got the step and got the layup.
The lead trimmed down now to 7. And the ball taken away from Foster inside. UConn running, Mullen shooting, missed on a 3. That has been their Achilles heel now. 1 for 17 from three-point range.
Braylon Mullins was right on. That was right on line. I see him making some big threes the rest of this game.
Foster with the dribble as we approach 9 minutes left to play. Into the hands of Malik Brown. Brown looking for a cutter, nothing there. Now Amenya on the outside. Shot clock down to 5. Amenya driving into the lane. Drop step, spinning, shot up and good. He took his time, was very patient, got it right over Mullins. He's got 4.
Yeah, he took Mullins from the right wing, drove him all the way with the left hand, spun back. Mullins can't stay in front of that.
8:37 to go. Duke 60, UConn 51. Malachi Smith playing the lion's share of the minutes at the point with Silas Demery hurt. Now Mullins catch and shoot 3, missed on that one. 1 for 18 now for the team from three-point range.
See, Cam Boozer's guarding Malachi Smith, which gives him free run to the glass, and defensive rebounding is such a huge part of this Duke offense.
Boozer's now holding it up on top. It's Mullins on him. That could be a mismatch. Boozer inside. Drop the shoulder. Knock Mullins to the ground. The shot missed. But now you're going to get what I believe
should be goaltending.
Should be a goaltending call. And they're going to have time to look at it right now because we have reached media timeout. Coach, watching the replay, Mullins tried to buy the offensive foul that he didn't get. And Boozer's shot was on the rim when Terrace Reed Jr. kind of yanked at the net.
Absolutely. And in this tournament does not want any more missed goaltending calls. So they will definitely get that. And Dan Hurley definitely believes it was a charge in the paint. He's working for that next call down the line. But again, Braylon Mullins was moving on that. I think it was the right non-call.
7:59 to go with the timeout on the floor. It's Duke 61-62, UConn 51. You're listening to the men's basketball tournament on the Westwood One NCAA Radio Network. Offers vary by user and location. Go to upside.com for terms and conditions. Hey, here's an incredible app that everyone who buys gas needs to know about. Upside. They can earn cash back for every gallon of gas every time they fill up. Just download the free Upside app in the App Store or Google Play right now. Use promo code SCORE for 25 cents per gallon or more on your first fill up. Cash back. Don't pay full price at the pump anymore. Get cash back using Upside. Just download the app for free and use promo code SCORE for 25 cents per gallon or more on your first tank. And it's not just for gas. You can earn up to 30% cash back at grocery stores, restaurants, and with takeout too. You can cash out anytime to your bank account or an e-gift card. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code SCORE to get 25 cents per gallon or more cash back on your first tank. Just use the promo code SCORE now. That's code SCORE.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance tech at a university, he knows ordering from multiple suppliers takes time away from keeping their arena up and running. That's why he counts on Grainger to get everything he needs, from lighting and HVAC parts to plumbing supplies, all in one place. And with fast, dependable delivery, he's stocked and ready for the next tip-off. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Man, you get the feeling if just one of these threes falls, you're going to put a little bit more game pressure, but 1 of 18 for UConn. Jason Horwitz, Nick Baugh, back with you here in our Westwood One studios. 11-point game. They had it there, Nick, the 19-point deficit down to 7, but now it's back to 11.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, 1 for 18 for 3. In a lot of ways, that's the story. You're going to have to find someone to step up and knock down a shot. And I think on the other side for Duke, taking care of the ball, and it feels like it's Cam Boozer running the point time. He needs to handle the ball and come off ball screens and be the initiator.
All right, winner's going to join Michigan, who got to the Final Four earlier today, joining Illinois and Arizona as well. As we go back to D.C., sponsored by Five Guys. Nervous about your tournament picks? Don't sweat it. Five Guys has consolation fries no matter the outcome. Hand-cut, perfectly salted. They'll make you a winner again. Back to Scott Graham and Tom Crean.
Here in Washington, D.C., 7:59 to go. The basket did count thanks to the goaltending call. And it was credited to Cam Boozer. So it's 62-51. Duke on top. Under 8 minutes to play. UConn attacking the basket on our right. Here's Ball bouncing it for Caravan. He was open, but instead went inside. And a foul call for hanging on Patrick Gungba.
Now, I'll tell you what happened there. It was very smart by Terrence Reed Jr. They're trying to get around in front. He hooked the arm of Patrick Gungba and pulled him into him on that play. And that's where an advantage is created. They caught Patrick Gungba on the foul, but Terrence Reed Jr. did that whole thing, pulling Gumba's arm into him.
That's 4 now on Gungba. And the front end of the 1-and-1 is good for Reed.
Well, John Shire's content to keep him in right now with the 4 fouls. But right now, Terrence Reed Jr. is very, very confident that he can get open, and he's using his upper body, not just his legs, to create that space and separation.
Terrence Reed Jr. misses on the second, and the rebound corralled by Cam Boozer. 62-52 Duke, 7 minutes, 40 seconds left to go here in D.C. And now a steal. Caden Boozer got it stripped away. Solo ball, threw himself onto the hardwood to come up with it. So it's Devery going on the attack for UConn. For Ball, foul line, jumper on the way. It's no good. Mullins taps the rebound. Devery somehow saves it back in. Ball now holds up on top. Ball picks it up, shovels it down inside. Here's Reed spinning along the inside. Shot fake. Throws through. Devery tries the three-pointer. It's good from the right corner. Devery buries the 3. We're back down to a 7-point game. 7 now for Silas Devery Jr. The long darkness may be over for UConn from beyond the arc. Boozer to Boozer, passing on the outside. Cam goes to Jimena, and he rattles a 3 home from right in front of his own bench.
Yeah, just a great setup by Caden to Cam Boozer. Cam Boozer drives it. They come off the corner because they think they've got a play on Boozer. He makes the kick to Jimena for the open 3.
Reed holds in the high post, gets it to Devery. Head of the circle. Now for Ball on the left side, knifing his way into the lane. Stop. Spin, kick to the left corner. Devery 3, got another one. He's gotten them from each side, and Dan Hurley calls a quick timeout. Back-to-back 3s for Devery, and UConn is not going away. Timeout on the floor with 6:06 to go here in Washington. It's Duke 65, UConn 58. You're listening to the men's basketball tournament on the Westwood One NCAA Radio Network.
On the court, every possession counts. In business, it's every lead. But too many businesses are still guessing what's making the phone ring and what's a waste of money. CallRail turns that guesswork into a winning game plan by showing you exactly what marketing drove every call, text, and form fill. CallRail's AI assistant can even answer calls 24/7, book appointments, and keep leads from calling the competition so you never miss your shot. That's why over 225,000 businesses trust CallRail. Stop guessing and start winning. Try it free at callrail.com.
Let's check the attendance, sponsored by Redfin. Find listings you won't get anywhere else on redfin.com. Own the dream. 19,445 people in the house here in Washington, D.C. 65-58. Coach, what was the reason for that Dan Hurley timeout?
Well, I'm not totally sure. I think it's to get his team locked into what they have to do defensively with the pressure. And they're just coming out with full court pressure, so it wasn't as much that. He might have read that his team needed a break in that situation.
Maybe just a chance to celebrate. 1 for 18 from three-point range, hitting him back-to-back.
Well, he definitely wanted the crowd to celebrate it. There's no doubt about that.
Here's Evans for a 3. That's in and out, no good, and a foul on the rebound. If that one is on Terrence Reed, it is not.
It should be Mullins.
Well, there were 2 guys that were around Jimena as he came down with that rebound. It's going to be the 4th on either one of them. It is Braylon Mullins who picks up his 4th. And Ball, who had taken a seat, comes back into the game as Mullins goes out. At that timeout, the second straight timeout now, they are icing what is turning into an ugly look on the right eye of Cam Boozer. He looks like a fighter right now. He's got the ball in the lane. Fadeaway jumper is up, no good. Rebound down to Reed for UConn. Huskies down by 7 with the ball as we approach 5.5 minutes left to go here in D.C. Winner goes to the Final Four. Caravan for Demery on the left side. They're trying to get it to Reed, and that's going to be a foul on Malik Brown. So Brown called for the personal. Free throws coming once again for Taris Reed, and we'll pause 10 seconds for station identification. This is the Westwood One NCAA Radio Network, your home for the national championships. Taris Reed, the 1-and-1 shot, no good off the back iron. And Hamenya comes down with a one-handed rebound for Duke. Blue Devils led by as many as 19. It's down to 7. This is as close as it's been. Boozer passing on the outside to Isaiah Evans. Evans down near the right baseline, and he is fouled on the play by Jaden Ross.
Well, good play by Isaiah Evans, but right now the Duke spacing has got this, Scott. They have someone at the top of the key. The play before, they were able to dig on Cam Boozer with Caden Boozer's man because he did not vacate off the top. And when you stand at the top when the ball's in the post, you're just inviting that second defender to come down and help. Duke has got to get their spacing fixed to go inside or to run their pick and roll game. They were fortunate to get fouled on this. They were a bit discombobulated in the half court.
Evans, a great free throw shooter, makes the first one he's taken today. He's got 6 points. He's been averaging 19 points per game here in the tournament, including 25 here the other night. Chance to extend the lead back to 9. A shot is up, and it's good. 5:03 to go. 67-58. Duke on top.
And Cam Boozer is matched up with Silas Demery Jr.
Demery's on the outside. Gets it to Caravan. Caravan trying to find a cutter. Now they get it inside to Reed. Reed going to work on Brown, who's got 4 fouls. Inside, finds a shot for solo ball. It's an easy one. From in close, he lays it home.
Well, that's the second time Taris Reed Jr. has found a cutter on that left baseline. First it was Alex Caravan. Now it's solo ball. They're ball watching right now in Duke when the ball goes inside to Reed.
First points of the second half for Ball. 4.5 left to play. There's your cutter, Evans. His shot is up. No good. He was bothered by Reed, and Reed down with a loose basketball. UConn down by 7. Demery going to work. Gets it to Caravan. Driving into the paint. Dishing, and a layup is good for Taris Reed Jr. He has been unstoppable. He's got 26. And this got a 5-point game.
Caleb Foster must be really struggling because this would be the time you want him in there to move, to defend. Duke's just got to keep moving the ball, not settle, and not let it get tight inside.
3:53 to go in the ball game. Boozer comes to the near side. Evans on the dribble, lost the handle, and he fell to the ground. Solo ball, driving, shot is up, and it's good. Over the top of Boozer, and one. Cam Boozer fouled him, trying to stop him, but there was no stopping solo ball. He's got a chance at a 3-point play when we come back. And can you believe it here in Washington, D.C.?
Well, Duke is too loose with the ball, Scott. That's why some of this is happening this way.
Duke 67, UConn 64, with a timeout on the floor here in D.C. You're listening to the men's basketball tournament on the Westwood One NCAA Radio Network.
Coverage varies by plan. View contracts and exclusions at carshield.com.
America, let me be very clear. If your car breaks down and your plan is to hope it won't cost too much, you're cooked. Done. Sayonara. Hope will not pay the bill. Hope ain't going to replace your transmission, and it isn't a defense I've ever heard of. That's why I ride with CarShield, America's most trusted auto protection. We're talking elite-level defense that saves you money when unexpected repairs happen. And you know I love a good defense. Get your free quote at carshield.com.
Confidence is knowing you're ready to handle whatever comes your way. That's what it feels like to take on your workday with Cintas. They make sure your AEDs are up to date, your fire extinguishers are tested and inspected, your floor mats are cleaned and delivered, and your workwear looks good, feels good, and is freshly laundered with a Cintas Apparel Plus program. So are you ready to take on today? Visit Cintas.com
I'm ready!
and get ready for the workday.
SpringFest means more sun, more fun, and more free at Lowe's. Keep your yard in line with an additional free Ego 56-volt battery when you buy a select Ego mower, trimmer, or blower. Plus, keep landscaping fresh with Stay Green 1 cubic foot garden soil, 5 bags for $10. Our best lineup is here at Lowe's. Valid through 4/8 while supplies last. Selection varies by location. Soil offer excludes Alaska and Hawaii.
Class, today we're talking NCAA championships and life lessons. Schoolwork got you stressed? Feeling overwhelmed? Need a place to unleash a quick hearty yell? Yeah! You gotta get off the couch and join thousands of screaming fans for a heart-pounding in-person experience you have to see to believe. NCAA championships. Attendance is encouraged. Passion is mandatory. Buy your seats today at ncaa.com/ticket.
Will this be on the test?
Oh, sweet child. This is the test.
Introducing Rumble Short vertical videos and the swipeable feed, giving you a fast, engaging way to discover content and new creators. Just swipe and watch Rumble Shorts. A 6-0 run over just over a minute for UConn. And they are going to send Solo Ball to the free throw line now with 3:42 to go, Coach. If he makes a free throw, we got a 2-point game. It's Duke 67, UConn 64.
There's no question. And the pressure of UConn right now with the strips and being active on the ball. Right now, the most important thing you can do if you're Duke, be strong with the ball. Just hit the open man. Figure out a way to get it into Cam Boozer, either in the high post where he can drive it to the right or in that post up. Can't have panic if you're Duke, but right now UConn is feeling really, really good about this comeback.
Duke is led for all but 51 seconds in this game. At one time in the first half, they were up by 19. Ball, an 86% shooter. Free throw up, and it's good. 2-point ball game, 67-65. 3:42 to go. Full court pressure for UConn, and now they back out as Cam Boozer dribbles it across half court. In the high post for Gunba. They come back to the near side for Sarr. Now, one-on-one. Boozer going on Caravan from the left side. Jumps in the lane. His shot is up and good. Looked like he had some indecision, but he managed to hit it. 25 points now for Cam Boozer. 69-65. Duke by 4. 3:10 left to go. Demery right in front of his own bench and his coach. Demery gets it to a cutting Solo Ball. Driving shot in traffic, no good. Tip rebound controlled by Duke. Hamenya down with it. And the Blue Devils are going to walk it across half court. Here's Sarr on the left side. Once again, they're back to Cam Boozer. Once again, same spot. Help coming. He throws through far side. Hamenya driving in traffic. Shot no good. No whistle. And the rebound down to UConn.
Crazy that there was no whistle on that drive for Hamenya.
All kinds of contact on the shot. Now Ball throws high post for Terrace Reed. Reed for Caravan. And they'll take it back out to Ball and come to the near side to reset it. 2:18 to go. UConn down by 4 with the ball. It's Ross feeding the post. Reed spinning in the lane. And the ball knocked away from him. Comes into the hands of Demery, and Demery trying to beat the shot clock. Threw it into the top of the backboard. That is a turnover, I believe a shot clock violation. One way or another, it's Duke basketball with 2:06 left to go.
They wanted to go into Terrace Reed Jr., but they hit him too late, and he was underneath the block, and he never got his balance in that situation. And instead of going up, he tried to pass it away.
Tell your friend Roger Ayers to stop somewhere else on the court. I missed everything there with 2 minutes to go in a regional championship game.
He didn't listen to me when I was coaching. I doubt very much he'll listen to me now.
Hasn't stopped there the whole game. He decided to right then. Here's Foster taking it across half court. Bothered there by Demery. 1:57 to go. 69-65. They are fighting inside, and Gunba, along with Caravan, the whistle blows. Ayers going to call it on Caravan, his second. Now, that puts UConn up over the limit, but it also means that Patrick Gunba, who here in D.C. is 2 for 7 from the free throw line, is going to be shooting the front end of a 1-and-1.
Yeah, he has a tendency to be short because he doesn't get his knees bent in this. And you just want to make sure if you're Gunba that you're just down low, hold your follow through. Don't overcompensate, but make sure you're ready to offensive rebound if you're the Duke team. 2 men on the line, have your free throw play ready.
Gumba studies it, fires it, and hits it. Duke is now 16 for 21 from the line, and they lead it by 5 with under 2 minutes to play. Foul shots in the last 2 minutes. They are huge in these games, and it's something that the Duke Blue Devils are very good at. Gumba, the sophomore from Manassas, Virginia, misses the second. Reed skies for the rebound for UConn. That's his 9th. Here come the Huskies, down again by 5. It's Ball, head of the circle, off for Demery. Demery left to the top of the circle, now Caravan. Catch and shoot 3. Shot no good. Reed skies for the rebound, got it taken away by his own teammate, and solo ball is fouled by Dame Sarr as they were scrambling around for that ball on the hardwood. Sarr gets called for his first, but it's going to be a 2-shot foul now coming for solo ball with 1:31 left to play.
It was the right call because they're both going for the ball, but they're on his arm. And again, it is like piranhas seeing their prey right in the middle of that floor right now, because as soon as that ball's on the deck, defenders are going for it. That's how UConn got back in this game.
Ball is 3 for 3 from the free throw line. Another player who had been in a dark forest coming into the Sweet 16. Misses on the first. He ended up with 12 points the other night here in the victory over Michigan State. And he's having a good second half right now, despite the fact that he's only 3 for 11 from the floor and 0 for 5 from three-point range.
Big stat in this game right now. Duke 6 turnovers this half. UConn only 1.
Second free throw is good. 4-point ball game, 70-66. 91 seconds left to play here in D.C. The winner's got a date with Illinois and Indianapolis in the Final Four next weekend. Boozer keys the inbound. Got it into the sure hands of Caleb Foster. Now they break the UConn pressure, or do they? Yep, Gumba just got it across in time. He throws back behind. Foster will put it on his hip. And now John Shire decides he doesn't like the way this looks right now. He wants to get his team under control. Timeout on the floor with 1:20 left to go here in Washington. Duke, the 1 seed, with a 70-66 lead over the number 2 seed UConn. You're listening to the men's basketball tournament on the Westwood One NCAA Radio Network.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
ZipRecruiter. Class, today we're talking women's hoops. Open your textbooks. Join thousands of other screaming fans for an in-person experience you have to see to believe. NCAA March Madness. Attendance is encouraged. Passion is mandatory. Buy your seats today at ncaa.com/WBB tickets.
I'm destined to watch my team go for it all.
The student has become the professor.
1:20 to go in the East Region Final here in Washington, D.C. Duke 70, UConn 66. It's Duke basketball with 18 seconds left to shoot. Coach, you've coached in a lot of games like this. What is the quality that gets a player over the finish line?
Well, right now, you can't have any more turnovers if you're Duke, and you don't need manufactured shots. Keep it simple. Run your offense. If you're not going to run middle pick and roll, get the ball into Boozer either after he screens or on some type of cross screen and play it from there. And again, give him space to operate when it goes in. That is the biggest thing in this possession right now.
Caleb Foster keys the inbound from right next to his coach. They get it into Evans, back to Foster now. They'll run the offense. What did they call on the timeout? Here we go. Cam Boozer holds just inside half court. Boozer going to work. They set a screen. Boozer driving, lost the handle on the ball, lost the ball. It's a steal once again for UConn. Here come the Huskies with less than a minute left to go. 4-point ball game. Demery on the outside looking for a cutter. There's Caravan. 3-point jumper is up. It's good. We have a 1-point game. 70-69. UConn has come almost all the way back.
If you're Duke, you've got to be strong with the ball. They've been loose with the ball in the first half, and it's cost them in the second half.
40 seconds left to go. Gunba on the outside, guarded by Caravan. They get it once again to Cam Boozer. Boozer, crossover dribble, spin in the lane, shot in traffic is good. Huge shot from the All-American. 27 points for Cam Boozer, back to a 3-point game.
He was leaving no doubt on that drive. He pounded the ball like it was 6 feet in the ground.
Shot clock is off. UConn takes it across half court. They will call timeout with 26.9 to go. And these teams are going to talk this over in the most important huddle that they are going to face. Cam Boozer, 27 points, a huge shot in traffic in the lane to extend it back to a 3-point game. One of the first questions here. You're coaching, you've got Duke right now. Defensively, are you going to foul?
No, not at all. Because right now, if you're UConn, you don't need a 3 right now. You need to get the ball inside. Then if you get doubled, now you can kick it out. But get the ball inside the read, go quickly. They have not been running nearly as many cross screens as have given Duke problems. So, again, far too early to go for a 3. You don't want to let it trim down. Go inside and take your chances with that. But no foul yet. And if you're Duke, do not put them on the line unless it is a layup. But if it's a layup, you got to make sure you foul before they get the shot off.
UConn has hit 3 of their last 4 threes, and none bigger than that shot from Alex Caravan, who generally makes them in these situations. And he was 0 for 5 before nailing that 3-pointer to get this down to a 1-point game. It's a 3-point game now. If you're joining us late, UConn led 2-0. And that was the only lead they've had in this game. Duke ran out to a 19-point first-half lead. And UConn has slowly chipped away for the entire of 19.5+ minutes in the second half. They got it to within 1. They're down by 3. They've got the basketball now, and they will inbound from right in front of us, near side sideline. A trip to the Final Four on the line. Duke was there last year. UConn, the national champs, the previous 2 years. And it's Caravan who will inbound the basketball with 27.2 seconds left to go. Cam Boozer wants Duke's crowd making noise. Caravan inbounds all the way in the backcourt for Demery. Now they get it to Ball. Solo Ball going to work on Dane Sarr. Back to Demery. 19 seconds left to go. Demery with the dribble along the outside. They run the offense. Caravan now touches. 12 seconds left to go. They continue to run, and now there is a foul. Cam Boozer fouls Silas Demery Jr. with 10 seconds left to go. That means 2 shots, but it also means, Coach, they could not attempt a 3.
No, and that's a good foul right there, because when Silas Demery got the ball back on the left side in that left high wing area, the rim was open for him to get there. Because I thought they'd go inside right away on one of these actions with Reed Jr. This is not a bad foul by Duke. Have to block out on the foul line.
Demery at the free throw line for the first time in the ball game. First one is up, and it's no good. For an 86% shooter, he missed on one. He'll get one more try, and then UConn will set up what decidedly will be pressure defense. If they can't get a steal, they'll commit a foul.
Well, and you also have the arrow. So you want to let the refs know that you are going to go for the tie-up before you go for the foul on any type of trap and get the ball back. Don't just commit a foul when you have a chance to tie it up, but you have to let the refs know that's what you're going for. And good referees will ask, are you going to foul or not?
10 seconds left to go. A second shot for Demery. Bends at the knees, fires, and hits. 72-70, Duke by 2. Sarr to key the inbound now. Full court pressure from UConn. Sarr gets it into Cam Boozer. Boozer back to Sarr. Now ahead to Caden Boozer, and UConn got a steal. Caravan for Mullins. Long 3. He got it! Oh, he got it. He hit it. He hit the long three-pointer from the logo with 0.3 of a second left to go. I don't believe it. UConn has taken the lead with 0.3 of a second left to go in a mad scramble off a steal. Braylon Mullins nails the three-pointer. And the UConn Huskies are 0.3 of a second away from a trip back to the Final Four. Unbelievable.
It is. They were trying to foul. You thought once the ball was passed to the middle, but all game long, Duke has not been great with the velocity on the passes. Certainly some of the ball handling miscues put UConn back in this. Incredible job of deflection and steal. And then Braylon Mullins didn't shoot a hero shot, Scott. He shot a 35-foot jump shot.
UConn couldn't get the foul they wanted to get. And it looked like Duke was going to throw over the top and be able to maybe dribble the clock away. Instead, a mad scramble, and Braylon Mullins, who hadn't hit all day, they're 4 of their last 5 now from three-point range after the 1-for-18 start. But Braylon Mullins decided, you know what, I'm not taking a dribble. I'm right here. I'm letting it go.
It was crazy. And it was such good rhythm. I mean, the follow-throughs. Eventually, when you've got this good of three-point shooters, they're going to go for a caravan late like Silas Demery Jr. did. But Braylon Mullins, holy cow. Great presence of mind to shoot a jump shot rather than try to shoot something that would be hero ball or a fadeaway.
You're coaching right now. They put another 1/10 of a second on, 0.4 of a second, length of the floor to go. You're coaching defensively right now. What are you saying? You're coaching offensively. What are you saying? Well, you got about 10 seconds.
They're going to go to Boozer. They're going to screen down with Gamba to go to Boozer, and you've got a chance to turn. You've got to get the ball. You can catch and shoot it because it's 0.4. So you do have a chance, but you have got to turn in immediately and shoot the ball. Should be a screen down for Gamba on Boozer.
Foster keys the inbound from the baseline. Long throw in, and it's knocked away. Batted away by Caravan. And the UConn Huskies storm the floor. An epic comeback from 19 points down. A miracle three-pointer for freshman Braylon Mullins. UConn wins it 73-72 for the third time in the last 4 years. The UConn Huskies are going back to the Final Four in one of the epic games we have ever seen in the Elite Eight. Unbelievable. Absolutely unbelievable.
It absolutely is. The 8th turnover of the half was the biggest. 8-1 on turnovers inside of the game. Just a great job by UConn of being in the gaps, getting steals, taking advantage, and never not believing that they couldn't score on the other end, whether it was a three or going inside.
Braylon Mullins hadn't hit a three all night. He'd been, as we said, in a dark forest for a while shooting the basketball. And he took one with 1 foot just off the logo at the center of the floor. What do you got that, about 43 feet?
I just know your call was vintage. Your call was unbelievable on that.
Unbelievable. Absolutely unbelievable. We are joined now by Terrence Reed Jr.